brushing with the toothpaste for 11 months, none had severe reactions to peanuts. The hope is introducing a small amount of peanuts over time that will allow the immune system to get used to it. This is ABC News.
I'm Scott, the owner of Solid Fire Pits. When I began welding my custom-made fire pits for friends and family, I shared them on TikTok because I was just so proud of them.
Check it out. That's beautiful.
I posted every new fire pit design and more people kept ordering, from 26 states and counting. Then on my birthday, I had my best sales ever. Now how can the universe beat that?
Solid Fire Pits is just one of the 5 million U.S. businesses that rely on TikTok every day. TikTok sparks business.
Michelle Franz on ABC News.
This is the Newsradio KONP Noon Report.
Todd Ortloff in the KONP News Center. Here's a look at what's happening on this Friday, November 10th. U.S. Representative Derek Kilmer will not seek re-election in 2024. In a statement released yesterday, the Port Angeles native said he's always looked at life in chapters. He's listed the decade he spent working in economic development, then 8 years he spent in the state legislature, and the nearly 11 years he's already spent in the U.S. House of Representatives. Kilmer said he never intended for this chapter to be something he'd do for the rest of his life, and he said he's excited to start a new chapter when his term is complete. How will that be written? He didn't say, but he hinted it will involve public service in some way. In the statement, Kilmer said his core mission has been to create more opportunity for more people in more places. He listed his leadership of the Select Committee on the Modernization of Congress, called the Fix Congress Committee, as something he's proud of. He also cited his work to help his constituents get broadband access, securing funding for rural ports, fighting for rural hospitals, delivering funds to address flooding, and standing up for the new Recompete grant program that helps areas facing persistent economic challenges as things that motivated him to work for the peninsula every day. But Kilmer said it has come with profound cost to his family. Addressing his 2 children, he said, quote, "I'm conscious that I didn't always deliver in the way I wanted, and I hope they will forgive me for that, and I hope they know that I was really trying my best to make the world better for them." Where will he go after the end of his term? The congressman said only this, quote, "I'm a pretty young guy with more chapters in me. My plan is to ensure those chapters enable me to continue to make a positive difference, and I'd sure like to make a bit more time for those I love." Now, we reached out to Kilmer's staff to see if we could get an interview. We were told they'd prefer to let the statement speak for itself for now. Kilmer's term ends January 3rd of 2025, and already political shuffling with that announcement. We learned earlier today that Hillary Franz has given up her bid for the governorship and will instead run to replace Kilmer as a Democrat in the 6th district. We'll have more on that story later this afternoon. Congratulations to retired Clallam County Sheriff Bill Benedict. At the Washington Association of Sheriffs and Police Chiefs banquet this week, Benedict was presented the award for a lifetime member of the WASPC. He presented that award for his many years of dedicated service as sheriff here. He was honored for rendering outstanding service to WASPC in an active membership and distinguishing himself by deed or on acting on behalf of the objectives or principles of WASPC. He was nominated by current Sheriff Brian King, Under-Sheriff Ron Cameron, and Port Angeles Police Chief Brian Smith. Now, also garnering an award this week was the Port Angeles Police Department. They got their re-accreditation from WASPC. This is their 4th year in a row. PAPD is among 73 other law enforcement agencies in Washington, which is only about 20% that are accredited. The process requires meeting 143 multi-part standards. More news after this.
End-of-life decisions are hard. Be it pre-planning or sudden loss, you need to have an advocate in your corner, which is why I wholeheartedly recommend Drennan and Ford Funeral Home and Crematory in Port Angeles, the only locally owned funeral home and crematory in Clallam County. Their expertise ensures a smooth process so you can focus on healing and being with your loved ones. Their help through the darkest time in my life will forever stay with me. Call 360-457-1210.
Hi, everyone. It's Leslie Robertson from the Port Angeles Chamber, and I'm here to tell you about a couple of really big events that are coming up. First of all, the nominations for the Port Angeles Community Awards will be opening on November 15th. This is a chance to recognize all the people, businesses, and organizations that truly made a difference in the past year and beyond. So start thinking about who you'd like to nominate. Anyone can make a nomination, and you can nominate as many as you'd like. Again, those will open on November 15th, and you can find the nomination link on portangeles.org. Also, we're ramping up for the Winterized Village, and we would love to have your business club or group do a takeover. That's where you take over all the staffing positions at the ice rink. Everyone who works gets a free skate ticket, and we promote you on social media and at the rink. If you're interested, please email Leslie at events@portangeles.org. We also have sponsorships available for both of these events, and for any other information, you can always visit winterizedvillage.com and our website, portangeles.org.
In other news, as work continues to build a new bridge across the Elwha River west of Port Angeles, WSDOT crews alerting travelers to plans to do work over 6 consecutive nights starting Saturday night through next Thursday. The work is expected to disrupt traffic between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m. That's as workers set large girders for the new bridge over the Elwha. Traffic stops of up to 30 minutes at a time are expected. 3 girders will be placed each night. When traffic is not being held, the roadway will have one-way alternating traffic. Continued one-way alternating traffic will continue until 9 a.m. each of those 6 days. Now, the work is weather sensitive, and it could be rescheduled. Speaking of WSDOT, their website is now back up and running after key parts of the website were down since Tuesday following what officials said was a cyber attack. The outage caused major disruptions for those trying to track ferries or navigate mountain passes with winter approaching. The statewide traffic cameras finally were restored yesterday morning. The state's travel map, mobile app, ferry vessel watch, and online freight permits stayed out of service, though, for most of the rest of the day. All of it was back up online by early this morning. This is News Radio KONP.
Let's get ready for winter and the holidays with help from Airport Garden Center. So you made it through spring and summer with your mason bees, but now what to do during winter? Before the cold weather of winter sets in, join Airport Garden Center for their Mason Bee Winterizing class Saturday, November 18th. Get all the buzz with guest speaker Carrie Moreland from Knox Cellars Mason Bees on Saturday, November 18th. You'll learn all about how to winterize your bees. Purchase tickets now at airportgarden.biz. airportgarden.biz, where you can also get tickets now for an afternoon full of holiday cheer with the Wreaths and Wine Workshop, Saturday, December 10th. Get tickets now for the Mason Bee Winterizing class, November 18th, and Wreaths and Wine Workshop, December 10th at airportgarden.biz. Come enjoy a festive holiday season at Airport Garden Center, located west of Port Angeles on Edgewood Drive.
The Clallam Co-op in Sequim and KONP Radio want to give you a chance to see Blake Shelton live on his Back to the Honky Tonk Tour. Blake will be at the Tacoma Dome Friday, March 15th, and Clallam Co-op is the only place you can enter to win 2 tickets to see him. 2 lucky winners will each win 2 tickets to see Blake Shelton live. But remember, the Clallam Co-op in Sequim is the only place you can enter. Enter every day. Drawing will be held Friday, December 1st. So enter today. The Back to the Honky Tonk Tour is presented by Kubota.
If you want to see an animal that's right up close to you, Olympic Game Farm is the place. You'll find this ain't no zoo. See the bears that are actors and buffalo as big as tractors at the Olympic Game Farm in Sequim.
Here's your News Radio KONP forecast. Cloudy skies expected this afternoon with scattered rain showers likely. High temperatures reach up to 51. Winds out of the east 5 to 10 miles per hour. Scattered rain showers likely tonight. Lows dip down to about 43. Overcast skies. Overcast tomorrow. Scattered rain showers likely. High temperatures reach up to 53. I'm weatherology meteorologist Paul Trombley. Currently, it's 52 degrees.
From ABC Sports, I'm Brian Clark. Week 10 of the NFL season opened with 2 teams squaring off with a combined 3 wins. It was the Panthers visiting the Bears. Chicago rookie Tyson Bagent threw for 162 yards in his 4th straight start. It was Deontay Foreman who gave the Bears the lead for good in the 3rd quarter.
Second down and goal at the 4-yard line. Bagent with it back to his right. Mooney in motion. He hands off. Foreman twisting, diving into the end zone for the touchdown. Touchdown! Bears have the lead.
From ESPN 1000 Chicago, as the Bears win at 16-13. And while the win did not do much for the Bears in the NFC standings, beating Carolina did help their odds at a top pick in the draft next year. They have the Panthers' first-round pick. Bears head coach Matt Eberflus praised his rookie quarterback after the game.
What he did well today was he didn't put the ball in harm's way and gave us a chance to win.
This is ABC Sports.
Turning to local sports, lots of it. The winter high school sports season has officially started as Rebecca Gunderson's Port Angeles Rough Rider bowling team opened the season against Olympic. The Riders losing to the Trojans 6-1, but had some standout performances. Co-captains Abby Robinson and Paige Pangaro had the top scores of 171 and 156. Freshman Zoe Penn earned a turkey with 3 consecutive strikes and bowled a 144. The Riders host Swim Monday. The Rough Rider swim team will be swimming around Federal Way at the Aquatic Center there for the state swim meet. Rough Rider head coach Sally Cole says she's pleased with her young team qualifying 7 of her swimmers for 10 events. Meet starting tonight, runs all day on Saturday. A great sporting event to attend if you can get there. In NWAC soccer action, it's Final Four time for both Peninsula soccer teams. The 4th-ranked Pirate men take on number 1-ranked Columbia Basin at 1:30 p.m. And number 1-ranked Pirate women, they take on the 2nd-ranked Spokane team at 6:30 p.m. The winners will advance to the championship games on Sunday in Tukwila. Well, the big night has arrived for the Port Angeles Rough Rider football team, their first state tournament bid since 2010. Their award for knocking Franklin Pierce off Friday night is taking on the number 1-ranked State Power Tumwater Thunderbirds tonight. Tumwater ranked right there with Linden and O'Day as one of the top programs in Washington State football history. Former T-Birds alum Cade Otten, a Washington Husky All-American, caught 2 TDs last Sunday for Tampa Bay. His little brother is a 4-star recruit redshirting this year at Washington. Now, the T-Birds now have one of the highest-powered offenses not only in the state but the nation. They average 53 points a game and 8 times scored over 55 this season. They have 6 running backs that are used, and all of them average 10 yards per carry in a wing T formation offense. Combine the Bremerton and Franklin Pierce offense, and you have the T-Bird attack. The leading rushers are Cooper Clark, a 5'9", 175-pound senior, 744 yards on 69 carries and 13 TDs. Logan Coles, a 5'9", 165-pound senior with 752 yards and 14 TDs. Now, the T-Birds' rushing attack doesn't destroy a defense. Their passing attack is pretty effective. QB Ethan Kastner, a 5'11", 173-pound senior, has completed 59 of 80 pass attempts for 1,149 yards, has 21 TDs, and just 2 interceptions. When Kastner airs it out, he looks for David Milroy, a 6'2", 180-pound junior. Milroy has 15 receptions for 339 yards and 5 TDs. Brady Bryant, a 5'11", 170-pound senior, with 7 receptions for 149 yards and 5 touchdowns. Bryant also has 4 interceptions in the T-Bird secondary when he plays defense, which is just as lethal. You start with the very athletic Melajay Tucker, a 6', 250-pound junior. Tucker leads the T-Birds in sacks with 6 and 16 tackles for losses this year. Despite being the biggest underdog by most of the media, the Rough Riders are confident they can slowly work the ball down the field and score and keep that T-Bird offense on the sideline, like the Rough Riders did last week at Franklin Pierce. Rider senior lineman Wyatt Leitz said, quote, "If we're going to be state champions, we might as well knock off number 1 in the first game." The Rough Riders again received some inspirational love this week from former Rough Rider and New Orleans Saints running back coach Joel Thomas. The KONP News Radio pregame show will be tonight starting at 6. We will have 1983 Rough Rider graduate Derek Fox, who's the CEO of the Alamo Bowl, one of the biggest bowl games in college football, with us. Derek will talk about growing up in PA, being one of the Cameron crazies at Duke University, and the job of running the Alamo Bowl and being a big part of college football in general. The Dustin Clark Show will follow that. Then it's the Rough Rider Locker Room Show. Will feature Rough Rider senior linebackers Landon Jones, Ezra Townsend, and Jason Hawes. Kickoff is 7 tonight from Tumwater. Oldie Archibald and Greg Thomas will have the play-by-play for us here.
Got an event? Make it special with live classic hits from Black Diamond Junction, the band voted best on the peninsula the past 7 years in a row.
We hired BDJ for our anniversary party. Their classic hits were so good and kept all generations of our guests dancing.
What a great band and the best entertainers. We had them for an event and won't hesitate to bring them back again. No question.
BDJ made our annual family and friends party the best ever. So professional and great to work with.
Get more info at blackdiamondjunction.com or Black Diamond Junction on Facebook and Instagram.
Being blind doesn't always look how others may think. Stargardt disease was supposed to define me.
Retinitis pigmentosa aimed to overwhelm my family.
It tried to cut me down. A blinding eye disease attempted to force me away from doing what I was born to do.
But it cannot stop me. I have the tools.
I will keep moving forward.
Pushing past the limits of this disability.
I know where to find support and where I can be seen.
Great vision doesn't require great sight. Innovative research, educational resources, supportive community. The Foundation Fighting Blindness is leading the charge in finding treatments and cures for blinding diseases. Make your impact today. Donate now at fightingblindness.org. A public service message from the Foundation Fighting Blindness.
20 minutes after 12 o'clock. Let's check Wall Street next.
Newsradio KONP Business.
Americans are worried about the economy. Concerns about inflation and high interest rates are combining this month to send consumer sentiment lower, according to the latest reading from the University of Michigan. Inflation expectations are at a 12-year high. Wall Street is picking up after stocks snapped an 8-session winning streak yesterday. Dow Industrial's up 134, the S&P is up 27, the Nasdaq gaining 134. Rising prices have even wealthy consumers pushing back, and that's driving shares of companies including drinks maker Diageo and LVMH lower. Diageo today warned that a growth slowdown in its Latin America and Caribbean division will hit profits. Fat raises won by the United Auto Workers from the Detroit car makers are pressuring non-union plants to give their workers raises too. Honda is the latest, hiking pay for some of its U.S. employees by 11%. From Bloomberg, I'm Larry Kofsky for News Radio WFLA.
And News Radio KONP as well. We check our traffic situation next. It's brought to you by McCrory Carpet One and Olympic Medical Center.
Something astounding awaits you at McCrory Carpet One in Sequim, Port Angeles, and Port Hadlock. All McCrory Carpet One showrooms have been remodeled, revamped, reorganized, and are even better and more luxurious than before. Bigger displays, more options, updated styles, colors, and trends. McCrory Carpet One is the #1 place on the peninsula for any and all of your flooring needs. Check out their beautiful new showrooms in Sequim, Port Angeles, and Port Hadlock.
As leaves fall and temperatures drop, that means cold and flu season is here. But don't worry. The best defense is a good offense, and we have 2 ways to keep you healthy. First, regular hand washing can help keep cold and flu viruses at bay. Second, protect yourself and your loved ones by getting your flu shot. It's safe, it's effective, and it's your best bet against the flu. So, wash those hands, get a flu vaccine, and let's beat the cold and flu together. Brought to you by Olympic Medical Center.
News Radio KONP, traffic and roads.
Out to Clallam Transit Dispatch Center we go now. That is where Dante's standing by with a look at what's happening on the roads this noon hour for us. Good afternoon, Dante.
Hey, good afternoon, guys. Right now, at this time, we've had no reported issues or problems on the roadways in our area, although that we do have one alert starting tomorrow for 6 consecutive nights, beginning this Saturday, November 11th through November 16th. As work continues to build a new bridge across the Elwha River west of Port Angeles, the DOT crews are alerting travelers that their plans to do work over the course of the next 6 consecutive nights beginning this Saturday. The work is expected to disrupt traffic between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m. as workers set large girders for the new bridge. When traffic is not being held, the roadway will have one-way alternating traffic. Continuing one-way alternating traffic will continue from 9 a.m. each of the 6 days. Other than that, the Hood Canal Bridge is currently open to vehicle traffic with no scheduled closures at this time. All Clallam Transit buses are on regular routes. And for FOIA information, go to Washington State Department of Transportation website for real-time information. This is Dante live at Clallam Transit for KONP.
Thank you, Dante. Just checked things out there. All are pretty much running on schedule on the ferries. Again, bear in mind that Edmonds run's still down to just one boat service because of lack of vessels on the system. Right now out there, it is partly cloudy. We've got 48 in Port Townsend, 47 out west at Forks, 50 now in Sequim. It's also 50 in downtown Port Angeles, and out at the airport, 52 degrees at last check. New in theaters this weekend, the latest Marvel movie takes flight. ABC's Jason Nathanson with a preview.
It'd be a marvelous weekend at the box office.
We're a team.
Oh, no, we're not a team.
We're not a team.
The Marvels is the latest team-up movie from Disney and Marvel.
This movie's about family and how family is what helps you take on the world.
Nia DaCosta is the director and co-writer of the film, which is kind of a sequel to 2019's Captain Marvel, featuring Brie Larson.
A lot of people can relate to that, like working really hard and trying to do well for your family, but forgetting to spend time with your family, maybe. And I think that's kind of central to this film.
The Marvel's looking at a $60 million or so debut, which would be one of the slowest starts for a Marvel movie. Jason Nathanson, ABC News, Hollywood.
A better life with Dr. Sanjay Gupta.
If you spend a lot of time in front of a computer screen, should you get blue light glasses to help with eye strain? Well, a new Cochrane review says save your money. Too much screen time can irritate your eyes, but that doesn't actually have to do with the color of the light, according to the study. One of the authors said blue light filtering lenses only filter about 10 to 25% of blue light from our devices. And that blue light is only about 1,000th of what we get from natural daylight. Filtering out higher levels of blue light would require the lenses to have an amber tint, which would have a substantial effect on color perception. So here's the thing. You want to keep your eyes healthy? Make sure your computer screen is big enough that it's an arm's length away, and every 20 minutes or so, look at something 20 feet away for 20 seconds. That'll help give your eyes a real break. I'm Dr. Sanjay Gupta, helping you live a better life.
Team, it's snowing again tomorrow. They're predicting 2 to 3 feet.
'Tis the overtime season for Frank snowplows.
Kelly, can you take another shift?
Let it snow. Quality driver applicants.
Hey guys, know anybody else with a D license?
Indeed can help him hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. We instantly connect you with quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Jim Gaffigan here with some more Straight Talk. Now you can get a Walmart Plus membership, plus not pay for it, because it's included with Straight Talk wireless plans. You get free delivery with Walmart Plus a Paramount Plus subscription included. Plus, you pay less for gas. That's a lot of pluses.
Only Straight Talk gives you unlimited 5G data and Walmart Plus included on select plans for free.
Straight Talk wireless, available at Walmart.
Requires service on Gold or Platinum Unlimited. One offer per eligible account. Paramount Plus Essential Plan only. Separate registration required. Additional terms apply.
Hello, I'm Jerry Stewart, and this is One Moment in America. Once there was a college professor determined to prove to his class that there was no God. I'll tell you that story after this important message. Let me ask you a question. Do you know a veteran? Maybe a friend or a neighbor? Maybe even a parent or a grandparent? The truth is that there are veterans all around us. But how often do we take even a moment to say thanks for their wonderful service to our nation? Did you know that our World War II veterans are now dying at a rate of 1,000 per day? And soon, sadly, they'll all be gone. And once they're gone, there will be no one left to tell the stories. So do yourself and a veteran a favor today. Search one out, sit down with him, and listen to just where he was and what he did during his military service. And while you're at it, bring along the children. We all need to know, to remember the tremendous sacrifice made by so many. I can assure you that if you take the time to honor our veterans, not only will you make them feel good, you'll be glad you did it. During a class, one college professor shook his fist at God, cursed and blasphemed his name, and then said, "Now, God, if you really exist, you've got 15 minutes to knock me off this platform." The class all watched silently as the clock ticked by and the professor continued to mock and blaspheme God. Then, with only a few minutes left, a 240-pound football player got out of his chair, walked up to the professor, and hit him with such a force he knocked him not only off the platform, but all the way across the room. The professor, stunned and shaken, yelled, "Why'd you do that?" The boy's reply, "God was busy, so he sent me." I'm Jerry Stewart, and that was One Moment in America.
For the Washington State News Network, I'm Mark Ratner.
37,000 Avista natural gas customers are without service from Pullman to Lewiston after an excavator hit the Williams pipeline that brings natural gas to the region. It's the largest natural gas outage in Avista's history. Avista crews are going to all customers, turning off valves before service can be restored. They're asking residents to keep their gas meters accessible. Crews will return to relight natural gas appliances. The process could take 3 to 5 days. Contractors and crews from other utilities are being brought in to help. Boarding gates at the Spokane International Airport are being renumbered to make traveling easier. More than a dozen gates were renumbered on Tuesday in concourses A, B, and C. The changes will not impact airline operations, and all boarding passes will be updated with the new gate information. And a grocery store in downtown Spokane is lowering prices on more than 200 items to stay open. Main Market Co-op, which opened 13 years ago, posted that the business is struggling to stay open. Many of its products will now have drop-it-low tags in an attempt to support the food co-op and keep staff employed. Main Market Co-op's board members say the drop in prices can help people save about 40% in everyday groceries. For more on these stories and others, download the WSNN mobile app or visit our website, WashingtonStateNews.net.
If you're a contractor, it's now easier for you to do business with the Department of Labor and Industries. Go to lni.wa.gov/skip the line and make an appointment with us ahead of time. No waiting around, no wasted time away from your job site. You get in, get out, and get on your way. Easy. So contractors, just go to lni.wa.gov/skip the line to make an appointment and get back to doing what you do best.
Some people won't give you the real talk on drugs, but it's time we know the facts. Fentanyl is killing people. It's a powerful opioid, often made illegally and commonly mixed with illicit drugs. It can even be pressed into counterfeit pills that resemble prescription medications. Just 2 milligrams, about the size of a few grains of sand, could potentially be lethal. This isn't an ad to scare you, but it is an ad to make you think twice. Get the facts. Go to realdealonfentanyl.com. This message is brought to you by the Ad Council.
Breaking news this hour from townhall.com. I'm John Scott. A Florida judge has refused, for now, a request to postpone the classified documents trial against former President Donald Trump.
U.S. District Judge Aileen Cannon's ruling signals she is sympathetic to Donald Trump's lawyers, but says it's too early for now to determine if the May 20th, 24 trial date should be postponed. She did grant postponements on some of the other deadlines in the case. The defense team is seeking a delay until after the November election next year, citing the large volume of evidence they have to review for trial from the Mar-a-Lago raid and several other criminal trials that Trump must attend. I'm Jackie Quinn.
Also at townhall.com, a Senate Democrat has decided not to run for re-election, and some Democrats are worried. Correspondent Rita Foley has more.
A lot of eyebrows went up when Democratic Senator Joe Manchin of West Virginia said this.
I've made one of the toughest decisions of my life and decided that I will not be running for re-election to the United States Senate.
Democrats fear they'll lose that Senate seat in deep red West Virginia, threatening their razor-thin majority. And some Democrats are worrying aloud that Manchin might launch a third-party presidential run, undermining President Biden's re-election. Senator Manchin has long been friendly with the political group called No Labels. It's already holding private conversations with potential presidential nominees. I'm Rita Foley.
A Texas man who claimed his death sentence was based on false expert testimony has been executed for killing a man decades ago. Brett Ray Brewer received a lethal injection at the state penitentiary in Huntsville. The 53-year-old inmate was condemned for the April 1990 stabbing death of 66-year-old Robert Lemonek in Amarillo, Texas. More at townhall.com.
Trump's indictment proves that saving America is not going to be easy. There are entrenched powers that are fighting this with everything they've got. They want to keep control over the country, the narrative, and the nation's money supply. Hi, I'm Lance Wallnau. I'm a news analyst, a Christian author, an evangelical leader. I speak to millions of people every week, people just like you. You see, what the elites are doing is using inflation and government handouts and now central bank digital currencies to determine how they're going to control America. And that's why I recommend all Christians start a gold IRA from the Birch Gold Group. Because physical precious metals are one of the few ways you can maintain control over your own savings. To get a free info kit on gold IRAs, text the word faith to 989898. Birch Gold Group is the only gold company I trust. Get their free info kit and you'll see why a gold IRA can help you. There are no strings attached. Text the word faith to 989898 and you're going to be blessed by taking action right now.
On the international front, French conservative leader Marine Le Pen is being criticized over her plans to attend a weekend march to protest rising anti-Semitism in France. Correspondent Charles de Ledesma with the latest in this report.
Le Pen's critics say that her party has failed to shake off its anti-Semitic heritage despite growing political legitimacy. Prime Minister Elizabeth Borne, numerous political parties and citizens are to attend the Sunday march. Le Pen says she and her National Rally Party also will be there in what some see as an attempt to leverage the Israel-Hamas war to make herself more palatable to mainstream voters. The government says Le Pen's party does not have a place in what is dubbed as a grand civic march. But a spokesman says that the march is public and that everyone is free in his conscience to participate or not. I'm Charles de Ledesma.
Breaking news and analysis at townhall.com. Hotel workers at Wynn Resorts in Las Vegas won't be going on strike as planned today.
The Las Vegas Hotel Workers Union has reached a tentative deal with Wynn Resorts, preventing a strike that was set to begin today. The new 5-year contract follows deals made earlier with casino giants Caesars Entertainment and MGM Resorts. The union says the contracts will provide more than 35,000 workers at 18 properties with historic pay raises and other unprecedented wins, such as mandatory daily room cleanings. The union had bargained for more than 7 months, and the tentative deals must still be approved by the rank and file. I'm Donna Warner.
A $242 million overhaul will modernize the main terminal concourses and gate areas at Minneapolis-St. Paul International Airport. The project expected to be complete by late 2025. More on these stories at townhall.com.
This is the Newsradio KONP Noon Report.
Todd Ortloff in the KONP News Center. Here's a look at what's happening on this Friday, November 10th. U.S. Representative Derek Kilmer will not seek re-election in 2024. In a statement released yesterday, the Port Angeles native said he's always looked at life in chapters. He's listed the decade he spent working in economic development, then 8 years he spent in the state legislature, and the nearly 11 years he's already spent in the U.S. House of Representatives. Kilmer said he never intended for this chapter to be something he'd do for the rest of his life, and he said he's excited to start a new chapter when his term is complete. How will that be written? He didn't say, but he hinted it will involve public service in some way. In the statement, Kilmer said his core mission has been to create more opportunity for more people in more places. He listed his leadership of the Select Committee on the Modernization of Congress, called the Fix Congress Committee, as something he's proud of. He also cited his work to help his constituents get broadband access, securing funding for rural ports, fighting for rural hospitals, delivering funds to address flooding, and standing up for the new Recompete grant program that helps areas facing persistent economic challenges as things that motivated him to work for the peninsula every day. But Kilmer said it has come with profound cost to his family. Addressing his 2 children, he said, quote, "I'm conscious that I didn't always deliver in the way I wanted, and I hope they will forgive me for that, and I hope they know that I was really trying my best to make the world better for them." Where will he go after the end of his term? The congressman said only this, quote, "I'm a pretty young guy with more chapters in me. My plan is to ensure those chapters enable me to continue to make a positive difference, and I'd sure like to make a bit more time for those I love." Now, we reached out to Kilmer's staff to see if we could get an interview. We were told they'd prefer to let the statement speak for itself for now. Kilmer's term ends January 3rd of 2025, and already political shuffling with that announcement. We learned earlier today that Hillary Franz has given up her bid for the governorship and will instead run to replace Kilmer as a Democrat in the 6th District. We'll have more on that story later this afternoon. Congratulations to retired Clallam County Sheriff Bill Benedict. At the Washington Association of Sheriffs and Police Chiefs banquet this week, Benedict was presented the award for a lifetime member of the WASPIC. He presented that award for his many years of dedicated service as sheriff here. He was honored for rendering outstanding service to Waspic in an active membership and distinguishing himself by deed or on acting on behalf of the objectives or principles of Waspic. He was nominated by current Sheriff Brian King, Under-Sheriff Ron Cameron, and Port Angeles Police Chief Brian Smith. Now, also garnering an award this week was the Port Angeles Police Department. They got their re-accreditation from Waspic. This is their fourth year in a row. PAPD is among 73 other law enforcement agencies in Washington, which is only about 20% that are accredited. The process requires meeting 143 multi-part standards. In other news, his work continues to build a new bridge across the Elwha River west of Port Angeles. WSDOT crews alerting travelers to plans to do work over 6 consecutive nights starting Saturday night through next Thursday. The work is expected to disrupt traffic between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m. That's as workers set large girders for the new bridge over the Elwha. Traffic stops of up to 30 minutes at a time are expected. 3 girders will be placed each night. When traffic is not being held, the roadway will have one-way alternating traffic. Continued one-way alternating traffic will continue until 9 a.m. each of those 6 days. Now, the work is weather sensitive, and it could be rescheduled. Speaking of WSDOT, their website is now back up and running after key parts of the website were down since Tuesday following what officials said was a cyber attack. The outage caused major disruptions for those trying to track ferries or navigate mountain passes with winter approaching. The statewide traffic cameras finally were restored yesterday morning. The state's travel map, mobile app, ferry vessel watch, and online freight permits stayed out of service, though, for most of the rest of the day. All of it was back up online by early this morning. This is News Radio KONP.
The good thing about these cooler seasons, you spend more time inside and you get new perspective on your surroundings. The kind of perspective that sets out those voices in your head. The ones that say, hey, look at me. I'm getting old. I'm worn out. I'm dull. I'm dirty. Replace me. That is your old flooring talking. Let TJ's Flooring in Port Angeles quiet those voices with a fall floor makeover. You'll see sales on all hardwood, laminate, and carpet stocked in our warehouse. And of course, if you don't see something you fall in love with in store, TJ's can special order something perfectly tailored to you. TJ's will bring new life to your home and you can rest easy, knowing they have the pro installers to get the job done right the first time. After all, you can spend your hard-earned dollar on some beautiful new flooring, but if the installation isn't up to par, you're throwing money out the window. TJ's will make sure that doesn't happen. Stop by the warehouse today and browse the fall flooring sale. TJ's Flooring, Highway 101 East and Monroe Road, 360-670-5188.
Your battery is the heart of your electrical system, so be sure to check the health of your battery with the Heartline. The Heartline on the truck route is your battery connection for cars, bikes, commercial, marine, and power sports. You can rely on the Heartline, as so many locals and travelers have for 44 years. Your one-stop battery shop on the truck route. Don't be caught in the cold. Come in for a battery check today at the one place you can trust, the Heartline. Top of the truck route, Port Angeles.
Your community-minded friends at First Fed bring you the Community Corner, highlighting good things happening right here in our area.
The Seroptimist of Port Angeles has their elegant gourmet coupon books available now for purchase. After nearly 40 years, the price of the Elegant Gourmet Coupon Book still just $10 and is the Seroptimist's major fundraiser each year. Over $613,000 has been raised for our community, providing scholarships, awards, and projects. This year's coupon book is better than ever, with 8 new merchants joining. There's coupons on dining, espresso, treats and sweets, merchandise, and many services. Purchase your Elegant Gourmet, etc. today from your favorite Seroptimist member or at Angela's Furniture and Jim's Pharmacy. Still only $10. The book pays for itself when you use just one of their valuable coupons. And of course, they make a great stocking stuffer.
Community Corner on KONP, presented by First Fed.
Olympic Peninsula Title is clearly your first choice for full title and escrow service. But did you know that they're huge supporters of our local community and many wonderful organizations? Olympic Peninsula Title has actively been a part of sponsoring groups such as Operation Uplift, OMC, scholarship funds for Clallam County graduates, graduation parties for Port Angeles and SQUIM, the Seroptimist Noon Club, the Boys and Girls Clubs of the Olympic Peninsula, and the Lions Club. Olympic Peninsula Title, continuing to do good things in our great community.
Weather forecast calls the rest of the day to be cloudy with a chance of rain showers through the afternoon. Look for your highs to be in the upper 40s to mid 50s. Tonight, going to get a little windy at times. Mostly cloudy with a chance of rain and maybe up to a half inch possibly overnight. Lows in the upper 30s to mid 40s. And we're going to see southeast winds gusting up to 40 miles per hour. So watch out for that. Your Veterans Day on Saturday is going to be a breezy one with rain in the morning, then rain likely late in the afternoon. Might even see a thunderstorm mixed in the afternoon. Look for another half inch of rain possibly through Veterans Day. Highs will be in the low to mid 50s. West winds gusting to 35 miles per hour on Saturday. Saturday night, the breezy conditions continue with rain showers at times. Lows in the mid 30s to lower 40s with west winds about 15 to 25 miles per hour, diminishing after midnight. Sunday, rain in the morning, then rain at times again late in the afternoon. Highs in the low to mid 50s, and breezy Sunday night again with rain at times and lows near 40. As we head into Monday, back to work with cloudy skies and rain at times through the day. Highs in the low 50s. Monday night, cloudy, chance of rain, lows in the mid 30s. More clouds and more rain on the way for Tuesday next week with highs in the upper 40s. Wednesday, kind of a repeat. Mostly cloudy and rain as well with highs in the upper 40s, and cloudy with a chance of rain Thursday next week with highs continuing in the upper 40s, and lows at night for most of next week will be in the mid to upper 30s. Currently, we have mostly cloudy skies across the North Peninsula right now. A few breaks in those clouds here and there. It's 48 in Port Townsend. Out west at Forks, 47. Squim's now at 51. 50 in downtown Port Angeles, and it's 52 out at the airport. A reminder, if you have news you think we should know about, you can text those news tips to us now at 360-457-1450. It's the McCrory Carpet One studio text main line, so if you've got news tips, text them to us. 360-457-1450, and already this week we've had a number of texted tips to us, and we appreciate those.
Hello, this is Amanda Huff with Squim Valley and Harper Ridgeview Funeral Chapels. I'd like to take a moment to tell you about a new, exciting, and environmentally friendly development in the funeral industry. It's called natural organic reduction, or simply terramation. Perhaps you've heard of it. Terramation is a process in which the body, after death, is returned to the earth in a carbon-neutral, eco-friendly manner. The process takes place in a controlled environment, and all that remains is a natural, odorless, compost-like material. If you'd like more information about terramation and advanced planning, call us today at Harper Ridgeview in Port Angeles or Squim Valley Chapel in Squim, and one of our knowledgeable and caring funeral professionals will assist you in answering your questions. Harper Ridgeview and Squim Valley Funeral Chapels, because your loved ones deserve the best.
Right, next hour on the Girl Friday show, going to the dogs and the cats and things like that. We understand you folks are going to be into share some puppy love on the air. You'll want to join the Girl Friday show with Amanda and Steph right after the news at the top of the hour. And don't forget, right before 6 o'clock, we'll be taking the air with our pregame for tonight's big Port Angeles High School State Football Tournament game. Here on KONP, we'll have kickoff about 7 with the Riders at Tumwater.
When shopping for building supplies, lumber, home goods, or hardware items, are you traveling to one of those big box stores? When you wander those big box store aisles, how's that customer service? Absent? Possibly lacking in knowledge?
I don't know.
At Angeles Millwork and Hartnaggles, we have 2 convenient Port Angeles locations, and each one is far from the big box store experience.
Yay!
Since our stores are employee-owned, each one of us has a vested interest in how we serve and treat our customers. You won't find us hiding in the back aisle or turning the other way when you make eye contact for help.
They can't see me if I can't see them.
We're excited to share our day with you while making sure we set the bar high for what true customer service is all about. So if you're looking for a hometown building supply store that treats their customers like next-door neighbors, has deep knowledge on building products while continually supporting the local community, then avoid those trips out of town and come see us today. Angeles Millwork and Hartnagel Building Supply. Building homes, building community since 1906.
The 2024 KONP Home Show is back. We are now accepting vendor applications for the largest 2-day marketing event on the peninsula. Put your business in the middle of thousands of potential clients. Booths start at just $450. The KONP Home Show will be Saturday and Sunday, March 9th and 10th, 2024. Sign up now for best locations and to lock in the lower rates. Call 360-457-1450 and get your space for the 39th annual KONP Home Show.
For 12 years now, in downtown Port Angeles, there's been one place you can count on for great food, awesome service, and a prime cocktail or craft brew. Next Door Gastropub isn't just service with a smile and a pretty plate of food. It's consistent quality and a happy team of staff members that feel more like family than business. For a unique menu, chill atmosphere, and a place that lives up to the hype, make your lunch or dinner plans and head down to Next Door Gastropub today. Visit our Facebook page for fall hours.
This is Andy Callis from Callis Insurance. Have you found yourself wondering if you have the right insurance coverage to protect your family, your home, or your vehicles? With Callis Insurance as your local trusted insurance agency, you get more choices with less hassle. You can be assured that you have the coverage you need for the price that fits your budget. Give our office a call today at 360-452-2314 or visit us at 802 East 1st Street in Port Angeles.
Gunning for the end zone, has Jalen pulled, caught, touchdown!
Let purple reign.
Gets to the edge, the 10, the 5, the nail in the coffin!
After back-to-back road trips, the Huskies return to Seattle to host the Utes this Saturday.
He's coasting in, up the right sideline.
Kickoff is at 12:30.
A 92-yard touchdown pass!
Listen all season long on your home for Washington football. The Washington Sports Network from Learfield.
10 minutes in front of 1 o'clock now.
Newsradio KONP Business.
This is a Bloomberg Money Minute. Just a few minutes to go ahead of the closing bell on Wall Street, and stocks are on track to end the day and the week higher, despite consumer sentiment this month edging lower and worries about another possible interest rate hike coming from the Fed to lower inflation even further. But right now, the Dow is up a little more than 1%, almost 400 points. The NASDAQ 2% higher, the S&P up 1.5%. There are big decliners, though, like hydrogen producer Plug Power. Those shares down 42% after it posted dismal earnings results and issued a warning about whether it can stay in business. Also sharply lower, shares of Groupon down more than 33% after posting a loss for last quarter and announcing one of its co-founders and board members is stepping down. And there's good news if you love espresso martinis. The folks at Absolute Vodka and Kahlua are teaming up to make an espresso martini perfume so you can smell like the drink. Tom Busby, Bloomberg Radio.
All right, let's check our traffic one last time. Next, brought to you by Angela's Furniture and Leeds Farm Supply.
Huge savings are going on right now at Angela's Furniture. The spectacular fall sale brings discounts on so many models of Beautyrest mattresses. You'll pay only $8.99 for the Beautyrest Select Medium Queen Set. The Harmony Cayman Medium Queen Set is just $12.49 right now. And the Harmony Luxe Empress Firm Queen is just $19.49. Get the refreshing sleep you deserve tonight on your new Beautyrest mattress at Angela's Furniture, 1114 East 1st Street.
Hear ye, hear ye. Leeds Farm Supply and Equipment Sales is here with an incredible offer you won't want to miss. For a limited time, Leeds is having a massive blowout sale on all 2022 and 2023 Mahindra tractors. But that's not all. When you purchase one of their blowout tractors, you'll receive a free Red Max handheld tool like a backpack blower, string trimmer, or chainsaw while supplies last. The bigger the tractor, the bigger the Red Max. Don't miss out on this fantastic deal at Leeds Farm Supply and Equipment Sales in Sequim.
Newsradio KONP. Traffic and roads.
One last time, up to Clallam Transit Dispatch Center we go this hour. That's where Dante's standing by with another check of the roads for us. Good afternoon, Dante.
Good afternoon. At this time, we have had no reported issues or problems on the roadways in our area, other than we do have a alert for some work that's going to be going on the Elwha Bridge on 101 as workers continue to build a new bridge across the Elwha River west of Port Angeles. The DOT crews are alerting travelers to plan their work around the course of the 6 consecutive nights beginning this coming Saturday, November 11th through Thursday, November 16th. The work is expected to disrupt traffic between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m. as workers set large girders for the new bridge over the Elwha River. Traffic stops of up to 30 minutes at a time are expected. 3 girders will be placed each night. When traffic is not being held, the roadway will have one-way alternating traffic. Continued one-way alternating traffic will continue until 9 a.m. each of the 6 days. Other than that, the Hood Canal Bridge is open to vehicle traffic with no scheduled closures at this time. All Clallam Transit buses are on regular routes. For ferry information, go to Washington State DOT website for real-time information. This is Dante live at Clallam Transit for KONP.
Thank you, Dante. Another update on the drive home. Pepper will have that as part of the afternoon news about 4:20 this afternoon here on KONP. Our next look at the roads. A 46-year-old father and military veteran who received the world's first transplant of an entire human eye. A medical breakthrough happened in New York this past spring. Aaron James, who was electrocuted on the job by a high-voltage wire in a 2021 accident, now has a new face. ABC's Andrew Dimbert has an update on James's condition.
Transplants of the cornea are common in modern medicine to treat certain types of vision loss, but transplanting an entire eye, its blood supply, and optic nerve is considered a moonshot in the quest to cure blindness. This past May, 140 surgeons, nurses, and other medical personnel at NYU Langone Health worked for 21 hours to perform a partial face transplant, and then they made history, transferring a whole eye. 5 months after the surgery, doctors say the eye appears healthy.
Well, why? Let's talk about Christmas starting so early. Halloween's over, which means Christmas just around the corner. Or so you'd think if you visit retail stores this week. Why does Christmas start so early? One theory is that during World War II, it was necessary to mail Christmas gifts early for European troops. Merchants joined the effort to encourage customers to shop and mail early, and the protracted Christmas shopping season was born.
Let's talk about DoorDash and the warning that they've issued to all their customers. And yes, I did use the word warning. I'm Kim Commando, brought to you by LinkedIn Jobs. Post a job for free and find qualified candidates quickly at linkedin.com/Kim. When you place a DoorDash order, pay attention to the new pop-up message appearing during checkout. They're warning you that if you do not pre-tip, then your food order will take longer to reach you. Now remember, a tip is given when someone takes the step to provide you with extraordinary good service. There's no real definition for anything known as a pre-tip, unless you want to use the word extortion, which may be a little too strong. But whatever you want to call it, the warning, apparently approved by DoorDash management, is to pony up a tip in advance or else you're probably going to get cold food. And that's on top of the typical markup on the food of almost 50%. Hey, join over 500,000 people who get TechSmart the easy way with my free newsletter. You can sign up right now at getkim.com. That's getkim.com. There's never a wrong time to protect your home, but fall is a great time because right now you can get up to 50% off a brand new SimpliSafe home security system. SimpliSafe's my top pick and was recently named Best Home Security of 2023 by U.S. News & World Report. Get comprehensive protection for your whole home, advanced sensors for break-ins, fires, floods, and more, plus 24/7 professional monitoring for less than $1 a day, half the cost of traditional home security. With new 24/7 LifeGuard protection and a smart alarm wireless indoor camera, monitoring agents can see and speak to intruders, stopping crime in real time. It's powerful technology exclusively from SimpliSafe. Try it for 60 days risk-free. If you don't love it, return it for a full refund. For a limited time, get up to 50% off any SimpliSafe system with a Fast Protect plan.
For what it's worth, I'm Derek Dennis. He was a tough dog to handle, but Staff Sergeant Thomas Watkins says when he met Bleck, named after the Old English term for black or inky, they got along great.
We just connected right off the bat.
Watkins says it was awesome working with Bleck all over the world.
From deployment, Secret Service missions, we had no issues whatsoever.
But when Watkins was transferred, other handlers couldn't manage Bleck. He was set to be euthanized when in came Project Canine Hero, a group that rehabilitates military working dogs. Founder Jason Johnson.
They raised their paw to serve our country, and Project Canine Hero is there to protect them after they protected us.
The group taking care of Bleck in Tennessee till Sergeant Watkins could come get him. And after 3.5 years, the reunion.
Hi, buddy. Hi. Good boy.
Sergeant Watkins grateful he's got his buddy back.
He's happy, he looks healthy, and I'm just glad to be here right now.
Derek Dennis, ABC News.
Texting enrolls you into recurring automated text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Hey, Dan, how you doing? Haven't seen you around the gym for a while.
Yeah, I've really fallen off. Since I turned 40, I just don't get the results I used to get.
Could be lower testosterone.
Lower T?
Yeah, I went through it a while back. Once you hit 40, your body has less free testosterone. I got Nugenix Total T, and it's made a huge difference for me.
I've seen that ad on TV. Is Is it for real? Oh, yeah. The patented key ingredient is something called Testofen, which helps boost free and total testosterone levels to help you trim up and stay lean.
And it's made a difference for you?
Man, I feel like I'm in my 20s again, at work, in the gym, and in the bedroom.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles for people to try it for themselves?
Yeah, you just need to send them a text.
Text ORDER to 42424 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T, the #1 selling testosterone booster at GNC. Plus, text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo, our most powerful fat incinerator ever, to help you get back into shape fast. Absolutely free. Text ORDER to 42424. That's ORDER to 42424.
Gino steps up, waits, throws to the end zone. Oh, what a catch! DK Metcalf! Skies! Touchdown! Seahawks!
The Seahawks are back at Lumen Field as they welcome in the Washington Commanders. Join Steve Rabel and Dave Wyman this Sunday. Pre-game at noon. Kickoff at 1:25. Right here on the Seahawks Radio Network.
Gino looks, gonna lay it up over the top. Got a man out there. It is Lockett. He has got it! Touchdown! Seahawks!
Being blind doesn't always look how others may think.
Retinitis pigmentosa aimed to overwhelm my family.
It tried to cut me down. I know where to find support and where I can be seen.
Innovative research, educational resources, supportive community. The Foundation Fighting Blindness is leading the charge on treatments and cures for blinding diseases. Donate today at fightingblindness.org. A public service message from the Foundation Fighting Blindness.
We're the talk of the peninsula. Newsradio KONP, Port Angeles Squim, FM 101.7 and 101.3, a Radio Pacific station.
From ABC News, I'm Michelle Franzen. The nation now 7 days away from a government shutdown. That's when funding runs out. Congress looking to extend the deadline again, but are far off from a fix. ABC's Rachel Scott has more.
All eyes will be on the new Speaker of the House, Mike Johnson. With time running out, he still has not revealed the Republican plan forward, but there are several members of his conference who say they will not agree to a short-term spending deal to keep the government funded until Democrats agree to spending cuts. So once again, setting up a contentious and very familiar fight.
Hospitals on the brink in Gaza as the Israel-Hamas war rages on. Doctors inside the hospital complex in the war zone say they don't have critical supplies to perform operations and are surrounded by fighting and airstrikes. ABC's Inez de la Quatara is in Jerusalem.
We heard from the head of the Al Nasser hospital who says that his hospital is encircled and that at least 60 patients are at risk of dying if they are not evacuated. Lots of concerns also about the Al-Shifa hospital, an explosion there on the grounds of the Al-Shifa hospital, and lots of concerns for civilians there. Reports that thousands of people could be sheltering at these hospitals, hoping that the IDF wouldn't strike them.
A group tracking urban crime nationwide shows big declines this past year. ABC's Andy Field has more.
The Major Cities Police Chiefs Association reporting that the number of homicides, rapes, robberies, and assault are far lower this year than last. The report citing Philadelphia for a nearly triple-digit drop in murders in 2023. The number of reported crimes in each category fell by more than 1,000 cases. Aggravated assaults down nearly 7,000.
The Las Vegas Culinary Union, representing hospitality workers, says it reached an agreement with Wynn Resorts, averting a strike today. And the SAG-AFTRA Actors Union Board expected to review the tentative agreement with studios later today to formally end the 4-month-long strike. You're listening to ABC News.
So right now may be the perfect time for you to rethink how you pay for health care. And here's why. Not only is it open enrollment for a lot of people, it's also a time you can join MediShare and save even more than usual. For many families, switching to MediShare saves about $500 a month, which is a game changer for a lot of people. But what's more, they like it. MediShare has double the member satisfaction rate compared to health insurance. Double. MediShare is a proven thing, too. For over 30 years, it's a Christian community of more than 400,000 members. And here's the thing, too. If you join before November 15th and you mention the promo code SHARE, you'll get another $150 savings. So I'll give you the number here in a second, but just call. You'll get a price within 2 minutes. And again, the deadline's November 15th. So call now and you'll save even more. Here's the number, 877-26-BIBLE. That's 877-26-BIBLE. 877-26-BIBLE.
Rising concerns about air passenger safety as the big holiday travel period is just around the corner.
Lead National Transportation Safety Board investigator Jennifer Homendy has a bleak assessment of the current state of air travel.
It only takes one missed warning to become a tragedy. One incorrect response to destroy public confidence in a system that has been built over decades.
Homendy telling a Senate panel the U.S. system is under unprecedented strain just as the holiday travel season ramps up amid ongoing short staffing at U.S. air traffic control and a series of close calls at U.S. airports. Alex Stone, ABC News.
This week, mortgage rates saw their biggest one-week dip in a year, giving some relief to potential home buyers. ABC's Trevor Alt has all the details.
These are new numbers from Freddie Mac, and in just the past week, the 30-year fixed-rate mortgage dropped 0.25% from 7.76 down to 7.5. It's the largest single-week drop since last November. Still, the housing market is likely to remain stagnant unless these mortgage rates decrease significantly, and we are still a long way from the 3% interest rates of 2021.
The number of exemptions from childhood vaccinations in the U.S. are at record levels. The CDC report shows nationally 3% of kindergartners received exemptions. Idaho was the highest overall with 12%. Experts say it raises the chances of outbreaks of diseases like measles and polio. This is ABC News.
I'm Scott, the owner of Solid Fire Pits. When I began welding my custom-made fire pits for friends and family, I shared them on TikTok because I was just so proud of them. Check it out. That's beautiful. I posted every new fire pit design and more people kept ordering, from 26 states and counting. Then on my birthday, I had my best sales ever. Now how can the universe beat that?
Solid Fire Pits is just one of the 5 million U.S. businesses that rely on TikTok every day. TikTok sparks business.
I'm Michelle Franzen, ABC News.
Stick out your tongue and say, ah, it's the craziest thing you ever saw. Here at Olympic Game Farm, they say howdy with a wave of a paw. Now it's hard to steer clear of the elk and the deer when they pop in to say hello. They've got lions and tigers and bears. Oh, don't forget about the buffalo. It's impossible to stay calm. So come out with your dad and your mom. Canine and feline, you'll find us online at onlygamefarm.com.
Something astounding awaits you at McCrory Carpet One in Sequim, Port Angeles, and Port Hadlock. All McCrory Carpet One showrooms have been remodeled, revamped, reorganized, and are even better and more luxurious than before. Bigger displays, more options, updated styles, colors, and trends. McCrory Carpet One is the #1 place on the peninsula for any and all of your flooring needs. Check out their beautiful new showrooms in Sequim, Port Angeles, and Port Hadlock.
KONP News brought to you by RE/MAX Evergreen Real Estate. Outstanding agents, outstanding results. 457-6600. U.S. Representative Derek Kilmer will not seek re-election in 2024. In a statement released yesterday, the Port Angeles native said he always looked at life in chapters. He listed the decade he spent working in economic development, 8 years he spent in the state legislature, and nearly 11 years he's already spent in the U.S. House of Representatives. He said he never intended for this latest chapter to be something he'd do for the rest of his life. He hinted that he would like to stay in public service, but did not say exactly what that may be moving forward.
Here's your News Radio KONP forecast. Cloudy skies expected this afternoon with scattered rain showers likely. High temperatures reach up to 51. Winds out of the east 5 to 10 miles per hour. Scattered rain showers likely tonight. Lows dip down to about 43. Overcast skies. Overcast tomorrow. Scattered rain showers likely. High temperatures reach up to 53. I'm weatherology meteorologist Paul Trombley. Currently, it's 52 degrees.
Now, you know my girl. Now, you know my girl just called me up, and she woke me from my sleep. You should have heard the things she said. You know she hurt my feelings deep. I'm gonna buy me a dog. A dog? Why? 'Cause I need a friend now. I'm gonna buy me a dog. My girl, no love, no how. Don't ruin my song. It's the only song I have. Where's the verse? She used to bring me my newspaper.
This is great. Welcome to the Girl Friday show here on KONP Radio in Port Angeles and Sequim. Booming to you live from our control room here on First Street.
It's highbrow, very
highbrow.
Very
heavily produced with scholarly women.
Highly rehearsed, heavily produced. Scholarly radio hosts.
We smart. But this extremely intellectual conversation show is going to be brought to you today by our friends over at Kokopelli Grill and Hook and Line. Also by our friends at Fogtown Coffee. Today is a very special show. We've got some really cool announcements from Fogtown that we're going to be talking about. A really fun little contest that is both delicious and fun. And also joining us in studio today, we have the Humane Society going to be joining us, and they even brought over a pooch.
They do, and I'm seeing it right now. I wish the radio was on out there so that they could be hearing this, because they have it on our sister station, because music is entertaining, probably more entertaining than us at times.
No.
Anyway, this little pooch has a little old man cap on.
Well, they'll see him soon.
What is the old man cap? What is it? What's that called? The little, I'm sorry to anybody who wears
newspaper? Is it the page
boy? Yeah.
You know what? If you know what the two idiots in here are trying to say, please text us on the McCrory Carpet 1 text main line, 360-457-1450. Tell us what kind of hat we're trying to talk about.
I think he has a little sweater, like he might even have like a blazer on.
Oh, my stars and garters.
It's so cute.
This is just, wow. Yeah.
Well, talking about our sponsor, and I'm so sorry to our sponsors that
Stephanie needs to rein it in.
Oh my God. Anyway, Kokopelli Grill, thank you so much. We'll have to find out ourselves what's going on. I did just get a text from Michael. He will not be able to join us today. So we'll have to check and see what they have going on. I'll look online while we're continuing the show here and see what he's got. But thank you to Kokopelli for being the sponsor for a million years. Yes. And of course, Fogtown. I've got my little drink in hand. I've just started it.
Mine too. Back to Humane Society. The reason we have them in with us today is because today is this month is National Adopt a Senior Pet Month. And the Olympic Peninsula Humane Society is overrun with animals right now. And we're going to be talking about ways that you can add to your family this holiday season with 4 legs. Well, possibly 3. It depends on the kind of dog. They are senior dogs. All of them need love and care and squishy faces and scritches. Yep. I just want to go leg sweep the dog and snuggle it. All right. Well, Stephanie, are you ready to tell people what's going on this weekend so that we can get through this and get to the puppy?
There's so much. Yeah. I'm going to run out of breath, but go ahead.
No, you won't.
And now,
I've heard
things to do and see live from the studio at KONP.
Yep. Just using it. I don't care.
You know what? It's really appropriate music from here on out, because the first thing I'm about to say, the sentence that's going to come out of my mouth, Christmas bazaar.
Gee, that's bizarre.
I know. Isn't it weird? Lots of bazaars. So today, you've got 2 more hours for this, but today and tomorrow, the St. Matthew Lutheran Church is having their Christmas bazaar. And they also start the day off with Danish and coffee. Ooh. 9 to 11. You don't even have to roll out of bed, cook breakfast, and do your coffee before you go there. You can just do it there. They'll also have lunch from 11 to 2. This bazaar will consist of things like baked goods, gift and decor, jams, jellies, cookies, candies. I'm starving. Stocking stuffers, plants, woodworks, all kinds of things. And a handmade quilt and matching, is it tuffet? Tea? What's a tuffet?
Well, it's what Little Miss Muffet sat on.
Well, whatever that is, they're gonna have a drawing for one. She'll be like those. Enter the drawing.
How in the hell? What did they give us a show? Go on, Stephanie.
The location of this, if you don't already know, is 132 East 13th Street right here in Port Angeles. And the proceeds benefit St. Matthew Lutheran Church Preschool. And I do know that preschool is fabulous. I have friends with kids that go there. Whoops, that's
better education than where we went, evidently.
Literally. I'll tell you where I went. This is happening tomorrow. This is the thing that I am attending. I've got a very busy day of basketball tournaments with my daughter, but in between games, we are going downtown for November Fest. This is a super, super cool chance for you to support our small businesses. Other than the Small Business Saturday that comes up and the Black Friday, this is a whole different event.
Turns out you're allowed to support small businesses any day of the week.
Exactly.
And year.
This is one that you can go down and enter drawings, though. So this doesn't happen every day, but you can enter a drawing at each participating store, hundreds of dollars in gift cards and goodies from over 35 different downtown businesses. So you'll see shopping deals, dining discounts, and more. They'll have refreshments at a lot of the places, adult ones. I like to go and have the mimosas and the shrubs down at our friends at Foghorn Olive Oil. Places like Alley Cat Boutique, Anime Cat, Bar Hop Brewing, Bourbon West, Country Air, Straight Slice Pizza, Foghorn Olive Oil, Moxie Boutique, Skincare Suites, all kinds of places are participating. We love our friends downtown. For a full detailed list of participating stores, go to the November 2023 Facebook page. Again, that's tomorrow, all day long, downtown. We have got something called Straight from the Artist Studio Tour, and this is tomorrow from 10 to 3. From snow to the shore, engage directly with the artists and spaces that they create in. Straight from the Artist Studio Tour is a self-guided, free, open-to-the-public tour of multiple artist studios and exhibition spaces along the inspiring Strait of Juan de Fuca. So from 10 to 3 tomorrow and Sunday, attendees can visit, view, and learn directly from the artists about their diverse creative processes and imaginative, community-minded efforts of their work. Straight from the Artist Tour is organized by local Olympic Peninsula art businesses, art advocates, and educators. For additional information, find out where all of this is going on, you can email, Renee, R-E-N-N-E. Hopefully I'm saying that right. R-E-N-N-E at uniqueasyou.com. Uniqueasyou.com. And of course, you'll find out the maps and all of the good things going on their website, straightfromtheartist.com. See where all of this is located. It's fun stuff. Veterans Day ceremony is happening tomorrow from 10:30 to 12. I think this happens every year out at the Coast Guard Station.
They have not had it at the Coast Guard Station for years.
Really?
Since I think right before COVID.
That's right. And that put a stop to it.
And now we're back, baby.
That's really cool. So from 10:30 to 12 out at the Coast Guard Air Station on Edisuk. The main gate opens at 9 to begin admitting guests. Please bring your ID. The CGX will be closed for the day. So this is just kind of dedicated to the ceremony out there. So if you want to attend something for Veterans Day, that's a great thing to do. Also, there's something, the Validate Veterans First Responders and Family Free Arts Program and Instructional Workshop. That's happening tomorrow from 12 to 3. Are you a veteran or have a family member as a veteran or first responder? Olympic Peninsula Alpaca Rescue and the Washington Arts Commission is offering a free fiber equipment use, materials, and instruction of multiple art projects. The first event is happening, of course, tomorrow, Veterans Day, in the Port Angeles Moose Lodge. That's right there on Pine Street, Pine and 8th. And 8th, yes. From noon to 3, and projects available to learn and do, raw fiber processing. They'll have e-spinners, spinning wheels, drop spindles, all kinds of great stuff. So get on over there tomorrow from noon to 3 if you're interested in doing that. Squim Friends of the Library is having a sale tomorrow from 10 to 3 also. The annex opens at 9 a.m. at Rock Plaza, which is in Squim, of course. Excuse me. Of interest this month, books like holiday gifting books, recent hardbound books, holiday music, CDs, puzzles. Get a theme there. It's the holiday theme. So you can go to that tomorrow from 10 to 3 at the Rock Plaza with the Squim Friends of the Library. Okay, Jack-o'-lantern and pumpkin rescue. I like the sound of that. This is tomorrow from 4 to 7. Country Air Market is the location, and it's offering you, I've seen these around and they don't look pretty, a free drop-off for your Halloween jack-o'-lanterns and pumpkins to be composted locally. Smart. It's very smart. So anytime between 4 and 7 tomorrow, go ahead and drop off those pumpkins. Help keep organics out of landfills. What a great idea. I have lots of paper here. a holiday bazaar in Gardner tomorrow from 9 to 3 if you're heading out that direction. They will have handcrafted items from 15 local crafters and many unique items. I don't know how all these bazaars happening tomorrow have enough local crafters.
Because there's a lot of craft out there.
There's so many. And this is the time of year to celebrate those people and support them. So please go do that. That's a big deal. This is located at 980 Old Gardner Road in Sequim. 980 Old Gardner Road. And again, that's from 9 to 3. I think I heard something. Weren't we giving away tickets to something tonight at the Field Hall? Okay.
They've been given away.
They've been given away, but that's what I thought I heard. Soledad Barrio and Noche Flamenca.
Yeah.
So that is tomorrow from 7:30 tomorrow and 12th at 3 o'clock. So the next day at 3. Tickets are $25 to $75. And you can go check that out on their website, fieldhallevents.org. I'm assuming there are still tickets left. We haven't been notified otherwise. Sometimes that happens and they sell out. So you can check that out tomorrow or the next day and just go on the Field Hall Events page. Another holiday market. Wow, this is today. And you have some hours left because it just started, it's just starting here in like 40 minutes. The Young Entrepreneur Holiday Market,
yes.
The Sequim Prairie Grange. This is really cool.
Yep.
This is kids making stuff.
Yep.
Like puzzles and chess sets and tic-tac-toe games, keychains, coasters, and more. What a great thing to support. So go see these kids at the holiday market. And this is located at the Sequim Prairie Grange on Maclay Road. And this will start at 2 o'clock and go till 7 p.m. tonight. And then I want to bring this up because next week it's happening, and I don't have a Friday show before then. Thousands of lights blaze. You know where this is at?
Railroad Bridge Park, baby.
Dungeness River Nature Center in Sequim on Thursday at 5 o'clock. Come down for the countdown and a sing-along led by Amanda. Just kidding.
No, I was going to say no, it's not. No, it's not.
This is by members, pretty much just as good. The Sequim High School Choir. They'll have special hot coffee and cocoa drinks at Hurricane Coffee at the River. Following on Saturday, next Saturday is the Holiday Nature Mart with gifts of all handcrafted nature materials, wreath making, all that good stuff. So again, that's next Thursday at 5 o'clock for the lighting. Right now, we want you to go online. This is something that we mentioned, I believe, last week, but we want to mention it again. If you want to register for the annual Wreaths and Wine Workshop, go online to airportgarden.biz. You have November 19th, which is coming up, and December 17th to choose from. But they want to remind people that fills up. Go do that. And then our friends at Swain's, bless their heart, they didn't hear my announcement with the right date last week for their big Black Friday things coming up in the month of November. So there's a huge sale coming up Wednesday the 22nd, and you want to get in because this is where you get the gift cards at 20% off.
Ooh, baby.
So we wanted to remind, Mike wanted to remind everybody that is coming up, so put it on your calendars for your gift shopping.
Love it. All right, well, the studio text line is open, 360-457-1450. Text us your questions or anything. If you have any idea what we're trying to talk about in here, decipher, speak blonde. Actually, neither one of us are blonde anymore, so nope. Whatever we are. Speak completely natural hair color. We would love to hear from you, 360-457-1450. And if it's nice, we might read it on the air. And if it's not nice, we're going to delete it and tell our boss that we got nice ones. All right, well, stick around because after the break, we are going to have the Olympic Peninsula Humane Society in here and a very special little pooch. And we're going to be talking about how you can add to your family this holiday season. So stick around.
Your battery is the heart of your electrical system, so be sure to check the health of your battery with the Heartline. The Heartline on the truck route is your battery connection for cars, bikes, commercial, marine, and power sports. You can rely on the Heartline, as so many locals and travelers have for 44 years. Your one-stop battery shop on the truck route. Don't be caught in the cold. Come in for a battery check today at the one place you can trust, the Heartline. Top of the truck route, Port Angeles.
Macy's holiday deals are going on now. Don't miss great savings on everything you need, from hosting essentials to gifts they'll love. Like 40% off designer handbags, perfect for any outfit. 50 to 60% off designer suit updates for him. And get 60% off warm winter bedding for you and your guests. Plus, download the app for even more great holiday deals at Macy's. Savings off sale and clearance prices. Exclusions apply.
Ancestry makes the perfect gift to give people because it literally blew my mind.
It's literally like you're giving them something that they would have no knowledge of.
Which is very important because for us to basically be able to find our missing family or to see my indigenous heritage confirmed inside there. It's one gift, but it's so many different things.
Show someone where they came from this holiday season with Ancestry DNA. Now on sale at Ancestry.com.
We're going abroad for the first time in years, to Spain. So we started using Babbel.
And started learning Spanish fast.
With Babbel, you can start having conversations in another language in just 3 weeks.
¿Cómo te llamas? ¿Cómo te llamas?
When you learn a language, you want to actually use it. Babbel is designed with that goal in mind.
In just 3 weeks, we're starting to have conversations in Spanish. Gracias, Babbel.
Babbel, language for life. Now try Babbel for free at Babbel.com. That's BABBEL.com.
And Doug.
With Liberty Mutual, you can customize and save hundreds on your car insurance. But what to buy with those savings? Yep, I bought a sound effects machine.
Only pay for what you need at LibertyMutual.com. Savings may vary. Underwritten by Liberty Mutual Insurance Company and affiliates. Excludes Massachusetts.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
How much is that doggy in the window? The one with the waggly tail. How much is that doggy in the window? I do hope that doggy is for sale. I must take a trip to California and leave my poor sweetheart alone. If he has a dog, he won't be lonesome.
Welcome back to the Girl Friday Show here on Newsradio KONP, Port Angeles Squim. I am Amanda Bacon, joined with beautiful Stephanie Ray across from me. Hi, Stephanie Ray.
Hello, hello.
And we have even cuter people, one with 4 legs, in the studio, right meow. Well, I guess I shouldn't say right meow since there's a dog in here. But we have special guests from the Olympic Peninsula Humane Society here. And if you are watching on YouTube, which I strongly suggest that you go and watch on YouTube, there is a dog visiting us right now that looks like he's about 2.5 minutes away from his nap.
Doesn't he though?
Little Cheesemo.
Oh my gosh. These pictures, you're going to have to post these with this show today.
I will. So besides the dog, we have human people in the studio with us too. And we have Nicole and Jade from the Olympic Peninsula Humane Society. And Jade, go ahead and introduce yourself and then introduce Nicole and how you guys are involved with the Humane Society.
Sure. Well, first of all, thank you so much for having us. We're excited to be here with you today. Again, my name is Jade, and I'm actually brand new here. I've literally just moved to the peninsula.
Welcome.
Thank you. I'm really excited to be here. I am the new executive director. Luann, who has been the director of the Humane Society for 6 years now. She's wonderful. Mm-hmm. She's retiring in January.
How dare she?
I know.
We love Luann.
Oh, I love
We're
Luann
going to love you too.
Oh, thanks. I hope so. So I get to have her for about 2 months, and I'm going to be sad to see her go. She's absolutely fabulous. But I'm thrilled to be here. My background, I've been doing animal welfare for all of my life. Mm-hmm. My mother did animal welfare, and so I've been around animals since I was, wee high. I absolutely love the work. I'm passionate about it. Saving animals is my life, so I'm absolutely thrilled. I'm excited to work with Nicole. I've only been here for a little over a week, so I'm literally
That's real new.
I know.
So this interview was actually scheduled before you even. They agreed, and they threw you into the wolves.
Luann did it.
I'm pretty sure the email said, "Oh yeah, no, I'll go ahead and volunteer our new director."
Yeah, she did.
I love it. I love it.
And then I volunteered Nicole. So here we are. But Nicole is our shelter manager. And I love her already. I've not known her long, but she is an absolute champion of the animals. And she does a really great job. So I'm thrilled to have her here, and she can talk with us about some really interesting things. We do have a crisis going on at the shelter right now that we'll talk about. But yeah. That's everything. Any other question right now?
I need Nicole to tell us about Cheesemo. Well, yes. Nicole, I need you to tell us about you also, but also about this precious baby.
I'll start with Mr. Cheesemo. Mr. Cheesemo was found about 2.5 weeks ago, abandoned, like so many others, in the Safeway parking lot. We listed him online. We contacted Pet Posse. We've reached out to folks again and again. Nobody ever came from this guy. He did have a microchip. We did probably about 8 hours worth of investigatory digging and found the implant place where it was sold, contacted any phone numbers on file. But unfortunately, if you do not update your microchip information, it's that easy. We reached out to all the phone numbers. We left voicemails and voicemails. Nobody ever came for him. It's a real crisis right now we have with animals, even microchipped ones, not getting
It's sad.
picked up.
It feels like they truly will abandon them, like on purpose, which I cannot fathom.
It does happen, unfortunately, on a daily basis. We have had animals surrendered under the pretense of being a stray animal, only later to find out that they were surrendered as a stray animal by the owners.
Ugh.
It happens consistently. We have at least a minimum one a week.
That's really tough. I'm sure that there's a lot of owners that it's actually very tough on too. There's got to be a reason. And so this is where you guys come in. And so I got to ask you, is Cheesemo up for adoption then?
Cheesemo needs about $2,000 to $3,000 worth of dental work before he can be happy, comfortable, and healthy. So we are asking for donations for him currently. It is pretty spendy without a vet in-house to have all these procedures done. And then we're at the mercy with the vets that are already burdened by a lot of other pets to have seen. So they give us precedence whenever they have it, but unfortunately sometimes we have to schedule him out, and we have to have that done. So he does need dental work before he can be adopted. He can be adopted if he is set up with a veterinary appointment and it is prepaid, and we can arrange that.
Like a pre-adoption, basically. Like, come visit him if you like him and you know you're going to do this, then.
Yeah, we do offer that with some medical cases as well.
Sure.
Or if people are able to adopt him and provide this care at a different location, we've adopted a lot of our dogs out to Tacoma area, Seattle area, as far as Idaho, for people that can have these procedures done. As long as they're spayed or neutered, as long as the medical stuff gets done, that's the biggest thing for us.
And what kind of dog is Mr. Cheesemo?
The guess, without a DNA test, is long-haired dachshund and Papillon. It'd be interesting to see what everybody says. That's the guess. That's the pool.
Does the clothes go with him when he's adopted? That's important.
Oh, he has an array of outfits. It's not very often.
An array of outfits.
Yeah, it's not very often we get cute little dogs like this that fit just perfectly. But when we do, we do have outfits that get donated by a lot of members. We actually had some staff members buy him outfits.
Well, yeah, because look at his face.
Like, and he seems comfortable in clothes too, doesn't he?
He's fine with clothes.
I know.
Oh my God, he's just
we love him.
He's so sweet and snuggly. This is the kind of dog that is so perfect for the person who doesn't want and doesn't have the ability to have a big yard, run around,
chasing around an animal.
This is a
lapdog.
Let's turn on reruns of Monk and watch, because with the hat, it looks like he's about to watch Monk. and just sit and chillax together and eat soft food.
Yeah, right.
Right.
Oh,
yes.
my stars. So when we come back from the break, I do want to just take a real quick break so we can get through that, all that paying of the bills stuff. When we come back, I want to talk to you guys specifically about what people can do right now to help the Humane Society, because some people can't necessarily take on an animal in their space that they have, in their time, in their money, in their anything. There just might be several different reasons. What can we do, though, as a community to help you guys and to help these sweet little animals? I'm pretty sure he's going to be asleep by the end of this show. He's so stinking cute. So just be thinking about that. And when we come back from the break, we're going to hear more about the Olympic Peninsula Humane Society. And also we're going to have an update for you on Kokopelli and what you can find this weekend when you go out to eat at our favorite restaurant. Also, we have details for the very fun new contest that Fogtown Coffee is doing. Lots more coming up on the Girl Friday show right after this.
You know Mountain Dew is like no other soft drink on earth. That's because Mountain Dew is the boldest soft drink the world has ever seen. Today, Mountain Dew, the most iconic flavor in the history of soft drinks, has spawned a new generation of outrageously craveable flavors that share its glory, like Mountain Dew Major Melon, Mountain Dew Code Red, Mountain Dew Spark, Mountain Dew Voltage, and Mountain Dew Livewire. So here's to the neon royalty of Dew and the Dew flavors that have come after it, the boldest flavors on earth.
Check Up on Health, presented by Olympic Medical Center.
Check Up on Health with Chris Whitting.
Today's ubiquitous earbuds are leading to a frightening statistic. 1 in 5 teenagers have some hearing loss. Dr. Robert Novak is an audiology expert from Purdue University.
The damage risk level has been 85 dB for 8 hours, and if that level is met or exceeded, that's 100% dose of noise for the day. And we know that there's a trading relationship, so if you increase that to 95 dB, for example, you can only listen to that noise for 4 hours and get the same 100% dose, and all of those noise exposures for those various durations are equivalent in the dose of noise that you're getting. They're all 100%.
Dr. Novak's advice? Limit the length of time that your kids use earbuds and only allow them to listen in quieter environments where it's not necessary to crank up the volume. With Checkup on Health, I'm Chris Whitting.
Exciting news to keep you on your feet. 2 new podiatrists have discovered Olympic Medical Center and have joined our team. Ready to elevate your access to foot health care, Dr. Olga Dromiertsky and Dr. Jared Davis have joined the team alongside Dr. Adam Kilpack. Whether it's pain, sports injuries, diabetes, or general foot wellness, the OMC Podiatry team has you covered. Discover your next steps towards foot health at olympicmedical.org/podiatry.
For the Washington State News Network, I'm Mark Ratner. Thousands of healthcare workers in Washington State have ratified a new contract with Kaiser Permanente following a strike over wages and staffing levels. The coalition of Kaiser Permanente unions announced Thursday that just over 98% of union members voted to ratify the contract. The agreement includes a 21% wage hike over 4 years and protective terms around subcontracting and outsourcing, as well as initiatives to invest in the current workforce and address the staffing crisis. Amazon is opening up the online grocery experience to more people. The online retail giant announcing Thursday customers will no longer need an Amazon Prime membership to order groceries from Amazon Fresh for delivery or free pickup. The expansion will be available everywhere Amazon Fresh is offered and will be available to Whole Foods shoppers soon. The company adds Amazon shoppers will also be able to order from local grocers and specialty shops through the Amazon website. Police are investigating after 2 suspects drove off after a road rage shooting near the Starbucks headquarters Wednesday. The incident involving gunfire shut down the main entrance of the building. The victim was treated at Harborview Medical Center and is in stable condition. For more on these stories and others, download the WSNN mobile app or visit our website, WashingtonStateNews.net.
If you came across someone struggling with hunger, how would you recognize them? Would you notice a 16-year-old boy who got his first job,
not for extra spending money, but to help feed his little sisters?
Or a mother who's in between jobs
and sometimes goes to bed hungry so her kids can have dinner?
I am the 1 in 8 Americans who struggle with hunger. I am hunger in America.
Hunger can be hard to recognize. Learn why at IamHungerInAmerica.org. Brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
Get it, slip it, cuff it, check it. Talk to doctor now and share it.
Nearly 1 in 2 U.S. adults have high blood pressure. That's why it's important to self-monitor your blood pressure in 4 easy-to-remember steps. It starts with a monitor. Be next to talk to your doctor about your blood pressure numbers. Get down with your blood pressure. Self-monitoring is power. Visit ManagerBP.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council, the American Heart Association, and the American Medical Association, in partnership with the Office of Minority Health and Health Resources and Services Administration.
Here's your News Radio KONP forecast. Cloudy skies expected this afternoon with scattered rain showers likely. High temperatures reach up to 51. Winds out of the east, 5 to 10 miles per hour. Scattered rain showers likely tonight. Lows dip down to about 43. Overcast skies. Overcast tomorrow. Scattered rain showers likely. High temperatures reach up to 53. I'm weatherology meteorologist Paul Trombley. Currently, it's 52 degrees.
Once I had a little dog, I called him Cracker Jack. He had a spot around one eye that looked just like a badge. His legs were way too long and he was awkward as could be. He wasn't much to look at, but he looked alright to me. I found him by the riverbank just wandering about. He was cold and hungry and his ribs were sticking out. I snapped my fingers, whistled when he came, I picked him up. I was just a kid and Cracker Jack was just a pup. I took him home and fed him till he couldn't eat no more. I took him to my room and put a blanket on the floor. After that, beside my bed is where he'd always sleep. Each night in my prayers I'd pray the Lord his soul to keep. The best friend that I ever had was Cracker Jack, but he was more than that. A playmate, a companion, he was love and understanding. That was Cracker Jack. The best friend that I ever had was Cracker Jack, but he was more than that. Everything a kid could want I had in Cracker Jack.
Welcome back to the Girl Friday Show. That song is making me teary-eyed.
I know.
I'm just
stupid, emotional girls in here with this sweet dog.
I'm staring at Mr. Cheesemo and I'm just picturing Cracker Jack.
I know.
Someday this is going to be his story.
Whole story.
Oh, well, we're so glad to have you guys here today. But like Amanda said, we have to pay some bills. So we want to recognize all of our great sponsors and the big show sponsor, Kokopelli Grill and Hook and Line Pub in downtown Port Angeles, are just, like Michael would say, blowing and going as usual. Michael can't be here to chat with us today. So I just wanted to take a peek on his Facebook page and see what he has going on. Of course, the weekends, I'm sure, are just as busy as they've always been, especially getting into the holiday season. And with all of the events going on downtown, I'm thinking you're going to want to make reservations this weekend, which you can do by going to kokopelli-grill.com or by calling 457-6040. And then keep in mind your holiday parties. He may still have some weekends left. I'm not 100% sure, but I know he would want you to inquire. You can do that by emailing him at michael@kokopelli-grill.com. That's michael@kokopelli-grill.com. See if he has any time left for your office for him to come and do, something for you, or go down. And we're doing that as an office at KONP. We're super excited to once again have our Christmas party there. But he's got all kinds of great specials going on weekly. Just the other day, he posted, yesterday as a matter of fact, he has a Locals Appreciation Night. You can enjoy $2 off craft cocktails, appetizers, and draft beer. They do that from 4 to 8 p.m. And of course, happy hour they have from 4 to 8 p.m. with 20% off appetizers, $1 off all adult beverages, all kinds of great stuff each and every week. And of course, the freshest local seafood and steaks, all of the things at Kokopelli. And then, of course, the all-you-can-eat fish and chips and his amazing clam chowder over there at Hook and Line. So go give Kokopelli's a try. Of course, make a reservation if you want to get in the evening, especially on a weekend.
So, Jade, I have a question for you. We were talking kind of at the break, and at the Humane Society, not everyone can adopt a pet. Some of us don't have a space for it. We don't, we rent. Our landlords don't allow it. Financially, we can't do it right now, but we want to help. And there's so many other ways to help besides just adopting animals, which, by the way, it'd be super great if you could. But if you can't, what are some of the other ways that people can get involved with the Humane Society and help you guys out and help ease the burden of being overrun with these incredible little animals?
Oh, sure. There's so many ways that people can get involved. Certainly donations. We are always thrilled to accept donations to help support the work that we do, either monetary or gifts in kind if you have items that you might want to donate to the shelter. Volunteering is a huge one. We love our volunteers, and there's so many different things that people can do at the shelter. Certainly they can come and help socialize and walk the dogs, play with the dogs, give them that social interaction to help them get out of their kennels for a little while and just enjoy the company of a person.
Wait a minute. You can actually go and just be a volunteer and hang out with animals?
Yes, you absolutely can. Both dogs and cats. So we love our volunteers.
No special requirements. Just pretty much anybody can go in there. Oh,
yes, we will train anybody that wants to come play with
animals
pets.
So much more than people. Go on.
Yes. So there's certainly that. Our volunteers are very special to us, but there's a lot of other things to do too. So let's say somebody has skills as a volunteer coordinator or loves to plan special events. We've got some great events that they can participate in. We do adoption events at Tractor Supply here locally. We have a huge event in the spring called Meowgaritas and Mutts.
Yes, we love that. I got to MC that one year.
Did you?
Had a hoot.
It's
pretty cool.
Well, we can talk about that for this upcoming year.
Super fun.
Love to have you. So we're looking for lots of different things. So, if you've got skills in graphic design or marketing or anything, we're really welcoming and love to have people come help us out. Special projects, photography, quilting, crafting, even data entry. So there's a lot of different ways that people can support the shelter.
Yeah.
So we invite anyone to just come on down and get involved with us, and we'll accommodate whatever your desires are and how you want to help out.
I'm going to tell you guys right now, if you would like to text us the word pet at 360-457-1450, we will make sure your number goes to the Humane Society and they can help get in touch and help figure out a way for you to get involved in the community, whether you want to pet cats or hug dogs or swim with the fish. I don't know. I'm sure there's a myriad of things you can do. But if you would like to be contacted and find out more about how you can help with the Humane Society, give us a text. Text the word pet to us, and we will collect all of that information and get it to them.
And even like we were talking about on the break, if adopting a pet is not something that you can or really want to do, but you want to help out, say you have the space, you have some room for animals to roam. Maybe you even have an animal at home that does well with other animals. You were just saying on the break that you've had up to 10 or 12 animals, dogs in your home before.
I have had 18 dogs in my home at one point in time this year because we were so overrun. We had no space to go. And it was either they let the strays back out on the highway or we take them in. And there has been days where my home has been full. And I don't have a large home. I will say that.
Right.
I work at the shelter. I'm not a mega millionaire,
Right. Well,
and my staff member does it as well. There's a huge need for emergency fosters and large dogs is really the biggest thing.
Large dogs.
Yeah.
So this is something to contact you about as well. If you just have room in your heart to foster an animal, you don't have to adopt, but you can help out in that way. And that's super important because you guys just don't have the space right now.
No.
Okay.
Well, and remember, we do food drives all, this time of year, especially for the humans in our life. So important. But also, I just want to remind you, when you're out getting food to donate to these food drives, you can also pick up a bag of food or a few cans of food, and we can also donate those, right?
Absolutely. We actually have a pet food bank tomorrow, Saturday, at our adoption event at Tractor Supply, in Port Angeles. And we're looking through the holiday season. We're going to continue that, and we're going to be hosting food banks as well as the adoption event. So people go in the store or even just out in the parking lot, you're more than welcome to give donations in the form of food, collars, leashes. We really want to help out the members in the community that need it the most. And by coming and delivering it right there as close to them as possible, we're feeling like we're going to have a really good outcome.
Oh, that's so great.
Hat. I can't get over the hat.
This will be the picture for the Girl Friday show on our podcast section today, will it not?
Yeah, because he's way cuter than us.
Oh, obviously.
Much more stylish, too. He dressed up for the occasion.
Yes, he did.
Wow. I love it. Okay, well, before we have a few more minutes here. We want to talk more about the animals and about how we can help. But Stephanie and I are really excited because, and this kind of actually ties into animals, we have been commissioned by Fogtown Coffee, which is another one of our sponsors. And Rose texted us and said, hey, why don't you each come up with your own signature drink? And whichever of you has the most of those drinks sold between now and the end of the year, a charity of your choice is going to get those funds. And so we came up with Stephanie and I went concocting the other day. Oh man, I drank so much coffee.
I thought I was difficult because, of course, Rose helped us. She's a former barista,
Yes,
which
I am.
shocked me at how long it took her. But
it's because I had too much information.
Mine was, and it's also like sniffing perfume. When you do too many, you have to get coffee, which is ironic, coffee between the perfume. When you do coffee, there's nothing between.
Everything tasted the same.
Everything tasted the same. But so we were I picked mine out within about 3 minutes. And we named my drink, and Amanda picked hers out within about 40. And then
which means mine's better because it's more thought out. And so now if you go to Fogtown Coffee, you can order these drinks by name. And so if you go in and you order the I'll Be Home for Christmas, you will get a white chocolate Americano with brown sugar, cinnamon, shortbread, and a little bit of eggnog on top. It's an amazing Americano. I'm drinking it iced today because I love iced coffee, but it's also delicious warm. And then also you'll help me win and beat Stephanie. But if you decide that you want to order Stephanie's drink,
let me just go ahead and say it myself because how you described your drink just now was very, I don't know what you'd call it, but you made it sound very attractive. So I'm going to try to do that with mine.
Very sexy drink.
My drink is called the Tropical Sleigh Ride because I'm going to slay Amanda in this competition.
Oh, snap.
But sleigh spelled like the sleigh Santa's in. It's a spiced chai tea with oat milk, and you don't have to have it with oat milk in order for me to get credit for this.
Yeah, but it's really good.
It's really good. I just can't
lie.
have regular milk. You can have it with any kind of milk you want. But it is the chai tea with coconut and a splash of banana flavoring, which the coconut and banana gives it the whole tropical theme. And I'm doing it warm today because at our little tasting session the other day, I did it iced. It was wonderful iced as well. So if you want to go in, you can order the Tropical Sleigh Ride, or you can even just say Stephanie's drink. Or for Amanda, you can go in and say the I'll Be Home for Christmas or Amanda's drink. And then I'll let you.
Yep. At the end of the season, whoever wins, quote unquote, our charity is going to get a wonderful donation from Fogtown Coffee. And if I win, money is going to be going to Habitat for Humanity. Hence the I'll Be Home for Christmas title.
And then my proceeds, if I win, will go to the Pet Emergency Group. So the group that is, we just met them last year. They were at the Home Show, a newer nonprofit in town that's trying to bring in the emergency vets because
we clearly need it.
If you are somebody who has ever tried to get an on-call vet on the weekend, you're driving to Bremerton or Silverton, out of town, you cannot get one. So they're trying to bring in these volunteer vets. So I would like to go ahead and donate to that. And it's a cool thing. So anytime between now and the end of the year, go over to Fogtown Coffee. We love our friends at Fogtown. Thank you so much for all your support and for being a co-sponsor of the Girl Friday show.
Honestly, you're going to want to try them both because they're really good. Not going to lie, Stephanie's is really good. All right, we'll be back with a little bit more with the Humane Society right after this.
Let's get ready for winter and the holidays with help from Airport Garden Center. So you made it through spring and summer with your mason bees, but now what to do during winter? Before the cold weather of winter sets in, join Airport Garden Center for their Mason Bee Winterizing class Saturday, November 18th. Get all the buzz with guest speaker Carrie Moreland from Knox Cellars Mason Bees on Saturday, November 18th. You'll learn all about how to winterize your bees. Purchase tickets now at airportgarden.biz. airportgarden.biz, where you can also get tickets now for an afternoon full of holiday cheer with the Wreaths and Wine Workshop, Saturday, December 10th. Get tickets now for the Mason Bee Winterizing class, November 18th, and Wreaths and Wine Workshop, December 10th at airportgarden.biz. Come enjoy a festive holiday season at Airport Garden Center, located west of Port Angeles on Edgewood Drive.
Who let the dogs out? Who let the dogs out? Who let the dogs out? Who let the dogs out?
I mean, I think we all knew that this song was coming, right? Yeah. You can't talk about dogs without having Baja Men.
It was the only song I actually guessed, though. She said, we have animal music. I said, well, we have Who Let the Dogs Out, right?
Yeah, but you didn't guess Cracker Jack by Dolly Parton.
I did not. That was the best one, in my opinion. I loved it.
Welcome back to the Girl Friday Show. It is I, Amanda Bacon, and Miss Stephanie Ray, joined by Jade and Nicole from Olympic Peninsula Humane Society, and Mr. Cheeseball, who has stolen our hearts.
And he's finally just about fallen asleep, which you predicted.
His little hat.
His hat is shading his eyes now.
God. So real quick, before we run out of time, let's talk about the Home for the Holidays event that's going on for the Humane Society.
Yes, thank you so much. We're really excited about it. So as we've been talking about, we're challenged with overcrowding at the shelter. So we all got together and thought, what can we do? And we came up with Home for the Holidays. And what that is going to look like is we're Tractor Supply has been very supportive of us. So we're doing adoption events with them. Tomorrow, actually, on the 11th is our first one. We also have one on the 2nd and the 30th of December. And at the event, we're really drastically reducing our adoption fees, kind of to inspire people to help support the shelter and adopt our animals. As we mentioned, too, large breed dogs are really what we have a lot of. So we are reducing the fees significantly on the large breed dogs. They're typically $200. We're reducing the fees to $50.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes, to really help.
Well, now you can get
animals
4.
find a home.
Yeah, 4 of them.
Yes, there you go. I love that idea. Oh. That's fantastic. So we're doing the large breed dogs. Adult dogs are normally $375, and those will be $200, and those are dogs that are under 30 pounds. The smaller breed dogs really don't have a problem finding a home typically at the shelter. We're also reducing our puppies from $400 to $300. Kittens will be from $200 to $100. And then our adult cats, which are normally $150, will only be $75.
Wow.
So
that's great.
Yay, we're excited about it. I mean, ideally, I would love to see every shelter animal find a home for the holidays.
Wouldn't that be great?
Wouldn't that be great? Yes, it would be so wonderful for them.
And you can just go out and visit these animals. I've done it before. If you're considering, even considering, go out and visit them, because if you're on the fence, you will not be on the fence anymore.
Yes, please do.
Well, and don't forget that, yes, there is a commitment to having an animal, and, but the biggest commitment to having them is to loving them and snuggling them and showing them kisses and hugs. Yes. And those are free. Those are all free. So the incidentals, the food, you got to budget for the food, but come on, all they want is love. And look at this face.
Oh, God.
How could you not just complain? Oh, my God, I just want to kiss the snoot so bad.
Oh, my gosh. We're going to do a lot of petting of that animal when we get off the air.
Oh, thank you. He would love it.
And if you have any ability at all, whether it be, like you said, in graphic designing and in marketing and in Facebook, anything, in fostering animals, in playing with them at all, if napping. I know, they like to snuggle. One of my buddies, Mac, used to go and nap with the dogs. The dogs were thrilled.
Just somebody to cuddle with.
Human contact. I mean, don't we all? So make sure that you give the Humane Society a call. How can people get in touch with you?
They can give us a call
at 360-457-8206. Option number 1 will be for the cat campus. Option number 2 will be for the dog campus.
I love that there's a cat campus.
I was going to say, there's a campus.
So cute. Well, as we get ready to leave, tomorrow is Veterans Day, and we would like to do this salute to our veterans and hope that you have a very blessed and safe weekend.
Dear Uncle Sam, I know you're a busy man, and tonight I write to you through tears with a trembling hand. My darling answered when he got that call from you. You said you really need him, but you don't need him like I do. Don't misunderstand. I know he's fighting for our land. I really love my country, but I also love my man. He proudly wears the colors of the old red, white, and blue. Since he left me for you. Dear Uncle Sam, I just got your telegram, and I can't believe that this is me, shaken like I am. For it said, I'm sorry to inform you.
The North Peninsula's news. The North Peninsula's talk. Newsradio KONP, Port Angeles, Sequim, a Radio Pacific station.
From ABC News, I'm Lindsay Davis, anchor of Prime, streaming weeknights on ABC News Live. More Israeli airstrikes prompting mass evacuations in Gaza. ABC's chief national correspondent Matt Gutman reports from Tel Aviv.
The Israeli bombardment intensifying near two of Gaza's main hospitals where Israel claims Hamas has command posts. And it all comes as the lives of 239 hostages in Gaza hang in the balance.
The U.S. has sent CIA Director William Burns to Qatar to assist in hostage negotiations. November 17th is quickly approaching. That's the deadline for lawmakers to come up with a plan to avoid a government shutdown. ABC's M. Wynn is in Washington.
Republican leadership has indicated they want to vote as early as next Tuesday on a funding bill, yet no plan has been presented. Republicans are weighing options, including passing a continuing resolution or a laddered approach, essentially staggering the deadlines for different federal services.
Following his announcement that he will not seek re-election in 2024, West Virginia Democratic Senator Joe Manchin spoke at the University of Georgia, stressing the need for bipartisanship.
You don't have to hate someone to disagree with them. You just have to basically figure out, maybe we just can't get together. Maybe we just have to find something we agree on.
Manchin's decision to step down could hinder Democrats' hopes of holding on to the Senate. Vice President Kamala Harris traveled to South Carolina, where she filed the Biden-Harris campaign's paperwork for the state's Democratic presidential primary. She urged supporters to vote, telling them South Carolina created the path to the White House for the Biden administration. New York City hosts the country's largest Veterans Day parade tomorrow. Among the participants, active-duty U.S. Navy sailors and Marines from the USS New York. Ensign Glenn Field serves on that ship.
Part of the ship was actually made from remnants of 9/11 and the World Trade Center.
20,000 veterans are expected to march tomorrow in the 104th annual parade. You're listening to ABC News.
If you have unfiled taxes or are in debt to the IRS, this is important news. The IRS just rolled out a new program to help struggling taxpayers more easily resolve their tax problems. It's called the Taxpayer Relief Initiative, and it opens up powerful new options for people looking to get back on the right track with the IRS. And no one knows this program like the professionals at Optima Tax Relief, America's most trusted tax resolution company. They've resolved over $1 billion in tax debt for their clients and have the expertise and experience to help you. One easy call to Optima can start the process, helping to put an end to your worries of wage garnishment, asset seizure, and other aggressive IRS actions. Make today the beginning of your fresh start with the IRS. Call the experts at Optima Tax Relief now for your free confidential consultation.
Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
I'm Lindsay Davis. For the latest on today's headlines, be sure to watch Prime tonight, starting at 7 Eastern on ABC News Live. Now with more news, here's Michelle Franzen.
A New Jersey man who fled authorities this week as they were trying to arrest him on charges connected to the January 6th riot at the U.S. Capitol surrendered today.
The FBI said Gregory Yetman turned himself into police in Monroe Township 4 days after authorities issued a warrant for his arrest. Authorities had been searching for him throughout New Jersey, where he was a military police sergeant in the National Guard. He was charged with several offenses in connection with January 6th, including assaulting officers, obstruction of law enforcement during civil disorder, and entering restricted grounds. Aaron Katursky, ABC News, New York.
The Alaska Airlines pilot accused of trying to crash a flight last month, speaking publicly for the first time.
Now, former Alaska Airlines captain Joseph Emerson says he was suffering a panic attack after a weekend with friends in which he tried psychedelic mushrooms, that he was overcome with a feeling that he was in a dream and had to take action to wake up from that dream when he pulled the handles to kill the airplane's engines. Emerson gave a jailhouse interview to the New York Times. He said he thought crashing would wake him up from that dream. He was a leader at Alaska Airlines and had a lifelong passion for aviation, saying he is horrified that his actions put others at risk. Alex Stone, ABC News.
On Wall Street today, the Dow and the S&P and NASDAQ all finished up. This is ABC News.
I'm Scott, the owner of Solid Fire Pits. When I began welding my custom-made fire pits for friends and family, I shared them on TikTok because I was just so proud of them. Check it out. That's beautiful. I posted every new fire pit design and more people kept ordering, from 26 states and counting. Then on my birthday, I had my best sales ever. Now how can the universe beat that?
Solid Fire Pits is just one of the 5 million U.S. businesses that rely on TikTok every day. TikTok sparks business.
I'm Michelle Franzen, ABC News.
KONP News brought to you by RE/MAX Evergreen Real Estate. Outstanding agents, outstanding results, 457-6600. U.S. Representative Derek Kilmer will not seek re-election in 2024. In a statement released yesterday, the Port Angeles native said he always looked at life in chapters. He listed the decade he spent working in economic development, 8 years he spent in the state legislature, and nearly 11 years he's already spent in the U.S. House of Representatives. He said he never intended for this latest chapter to be something he'd do for the rest of his life. He hinted that he would like to stay in public service, but did not say exactly what that may be moving forward.
Here's your News Radio KONP forecast. Cloudy skies expected this afternoon with scattered rain showers likely. High temperatures reach up to 51. Winds out of the east, 5 to 10 miles per hour. Scattered rain showers likely tonight. Lows dip down to about 43. Overcast skies. Overcast tomorrow. Scattered rain showers likely. High temperatures reach up to 53. I'm weatherology meteorologist Paul Trombley. Currently, it's 51 degrees.
Live from the headquarters of Ramsey Solutions, this is The Ramsey Show. It's where we help you win in your life. We do that by helping you win in your money, in your work, and in your relationships. I'm Ken Coleman, joined by George Camel, my good pal, and the author of a soon-to-be-released book and it's a good one. We'll talk about that coming up, but the phone number to jump in is 888-825-5225, 888-825-5225. Let's go. You ready, George?
I'm stoked.
All right. Oh, you're stoked. Did you put your skateboard
That's what the
underneath?
young folks say.
Yeah, okay. Well, that's very interesting. You're stoked. Well, let's go to Stephen in Charlotte, North Carolina. Stephen, I'm Ken. George is stoked. How can we help you?
Hi, George and Ken. How are you today?
We're having a blast. What's up?
All right, guys. So, George, a special thank you, first off, for reaching out to me.
Wait.
On the show.
Wait, George is calling callers now? What is happening? It feels like we have a boundary.
Steven, he sent me a DM yesterday with his question. I said, hey, I want to dig into this. Will you call the show? This is a perfect call for Ken and I to take. I want to hear Ken's thoughts.
Oh, all right.
So we got
I'm
him
up to
scheduled,
speed.
and I'm so elated that he was able to call.
You really are a man of the people. You are a man of the people.
Exactly
what can I say?
What happened right there.
All right, Stephen, what's going on?
All right, guys. So, as I mentioned to George, I'm a former lottery winner. I won $1 million.
$1 million?
Yeah, $1 million on a scratch ticket in the state of Virginia when I was 28. And I'm 36 now, and I have gone through it all.
Down to zero.
Yeah. Ooh. So I am a part of that statistic that, 80 or 9% of lottery winners lose it. I swore that I wouldn't be, but here I am. And
what was your take home? What was the take home after the?
Yeah, $766,000 was what the actual ticket was worth. It wasn't actually worth $1 million. I know that's what they advertised.
Right.
And then I paid taxes on that, so take home was $555.
Okay. And over the span of 8 years, you drained that $555 in your bank account to zero.
Yes, sir.
Can you, for the benefit of the listeners and a dark curiosity, can you tell us where that money went?
Yeah, so, obviously I bought the ticket, so I gambled to buy the ticket, right? So that never stopped. It was more so with casinos, sports gambling, etc. Quite embarrassed by it.
Absolutely. Well, this is clearly, there's addictive behavior here. Have you dealt with that over the last 8 years? Are you still grappling with that?
Yes. I've reached out to Gamblers Anonymous. I actually have an appointment set up to speak with someone to hopefully get me over the addiction and move forward.
Is this the first step you've taken as we're talking now?
What's that?
Is that the first step you've taken to get control of this?
Yes, and I realized that it was an issue, but still would go at it.
Wow. So would you say it was largely gambling? Did you buy, a house, a car? Did you upgrade your lifestyle?
Definitely upgraded the lifestyle. A little bit. I did buy a new car. I paid cash for it when I won. I paid off my debts, except for one. I had 2 student loans. I did not pay off the federal student loan. I paid off the private student loan, and that's the debt that I carry today. I don't have a car debt.
Okay. Well, we're going to help you take the right next step. We're not here to beat you up. We know you've been dealing with this addiction on top of now kind of being at rock bottom. So lay it out for us. Are you working right now, and what's your income?
Yes, sir. I'm in restaurant management. My income is $75,000.
Good. And how much debt do you have left?
$29,000.
All right. And how much money do you have in the bank, if any?
About $6,000.
Okay, that's good news. And are you single?
I have a girlfriend. Not married, but I have a girlfriend, and we do live together.
Okay. And the $29,000, is that one student loan or a bunch of student loans? What kind of debt is that?
It's 2 different federal student loans that total the $29,000.
Okay. So we can start to chip away at that with some of the savings. You have your $1,000 emergency fund. Now we're going to debt snowball these pretty quickly, making 75, knocking out 29. How quickly could you do that?
Well, I have roughly $2,400 a month left over after all bills are paid. So, divide that into the roughly 30 grand. So what, 15 months, 16 months?
Yeah, you'll be done with this in under a year. I mean, $2,400 a month, that's 29 grand in a year. So Let's focus on knocking this out over the next 12 months. Then we're going to get a fully funded emergency fund so that you never have to go back into debt again, so you have financial foundation. But the bigger piece is getting our spending under control and getting this addiction under control.
Yeah. I don't really spend all that much. I don't live a highfalutin lifestyle. I gamble, and that's where it's going.
Have you cut off the ability to gamble, whether it's your friend group, whether it's the cards, whatever it is that's enabling you to do this? Have you cut those pieces off?
I don't really know how to cut I have a couple of friends that are well aware of what's going on. And, we've spoken in detail. And
are they the kind of people that will challenge you, hold you accountable, check in on you? Will you be honest with them? Could you listen to them?
Absolutely. Yeah, they have done that. We haven't spoken recently. We had a conversation about 6 months ago about all of it. I haven't stopped since then.
Do you have any credit cards open?
No, sir.
Okay.
What are you gambling on right now? Is it football or what is it?
Yeah, I'll do sports gambling.
Is that through an app or website?
No, it's just live.
Okay. Because the one thing you can do is delete all the apps, delete all your logins, all your payment info for all of these sites. You can block these sites too through your browser.
Yeah.
I think we need to put some self-aware steps in place.
Yeah, I think George is right. Stephen, I think you have to do that, but you have to have some accountability. Like your girlfriend, like it would be like...
And Gamblers Anonymous will help with that for sure.
It will, but I think you need to decide today. I'm not, again, in any way taking away from therapy or anything else, but I do think you need some accountability, and I would almost treat your gambling like I would a teenager looking at stuff they shouldn't look at on a phone, and I would get the girlfriend involved or a really close friend and set it up to where they set up where there's notifications or something. There's got to be a way to do this, but at the end of the day, you're going to have to just decide, can I wean myself off of this? Can I go through one weekend at a time? Can I just go through a weekend and not gamble?
Yeah, and I've always been... I've always held myself accountable in all areas of life,
except this one.
Except this.
Well, so here's the deal.
It's frustrating.
I know it's frustrating, and again, I think you need help, and I would absolutely go and get with a therapist. I would. I'd make that. I'd make a couple phone calls today. I think you need to take action on this, and also some accountability. And you know what else? I think you ought to put that competitive fire into making some more money. I'm going to challenge you professionally. What are 2 or 3 rungs up the professional ladder for you? Give yourself a challenge to go make more money by growing professionally. Thanks for the call. Appreciate your honesty, Stephen. We're going to walk with you on this. This is The Ramsey Show.
Listen, there are some basic things that you should be doing to take care of your family. A roof over their head, food to eat, even if it's rice and beans, a car to get you from A to B, and term life insurance. Term life insurance is an immediate need no matter where you are in the baby steps, since your family is at no greater risk than when you're in debt. That's why I tell you to get 10 to 12 times your income in coverage to replace those lost dollars, and do it with a 15 or a 20-year guaranteed level term plan so you can make sure your family is protected long term. The only place I send you is to Zander Insurance. They shop all the top insurance companies, and they're committed to serving you. That's why I use them and have recommended them for over 25 years. Whether you prefer to work online or you need personalized assistance, you pick your path. Go to Zander.com or call 800-356-4282. Please get this done. It is an absolute necessity.
Hey, Dr. John Deloney here. Getting great sleep is priceless, and DreamCloud mattresses are an amazing value for your money. They're made with premium materials for half the cost of other premium mattresses. They use advanced technologies to keep you comfortable all night, and right now DreamCloud is offering 40% off all mattresses plus an additional $50 discount. Go to dreamcloudsleep.com/Deloney or dreamcloudsleep.com and enter code John Deloney today.
Folks, it's time to stop overpaying at the pharmacy and start saving with Single Care. Single Care is a free service that's helping millions of people save money on their prescriptions, and it often beats the prices of insurance. So, what do you have to lose? Next time you have a prescription to fill, check Single Care. It only takes a few seconds, and there's no cost or obligation. Visit singlecare.com and start saving at major pharmacies across the country. Singlecare.com.
Hey, what's up? Dr. John Deloney here. So when I was dating back in the day, it was the worst. And then they moved it all online, on the internets and social media. Dating now is the worst of the worst. True connection happens when you have real, in-person conversations and get to know humans behind the profiles. Real people in real life. And that's why I created Questions for Humans. And there are so many new decks available. And one of these is specifically for those of you who are dating, having to look that person in the eye who you've been Facebook stalking for so long, and now you got to talk to them. I got you. You're going to spend time laughing together, learning something unexpected, and building deeper and stronger relationships. Like humans, together, in a room, not robots and weirdos. Pick up our new Questions for Humans Dating Edition or one of our other new decks, Girls Night, Guys Night, Parents and Teens, and Workplace Editions. Shop now at RamseySolutions.com.
Are you wondering where your money goes every month? You work too hard to be living paycheck to paycheck. It's time to get gazelle intense about making a change, and we want to help you build a future you can be excited about. Our all-time best-selling book, The Total Money Makeover, is going to help you take control of your money. You'll learn 7 organized, easy-to-follow steps that will lead you out of debt, help you build wealth, and secure your future. Plus, you'll be inspired by the real-life stories from folks just like you who have learned how to put these principles into action and change their family tree. I've heard so many debt-free screams over the years from people that won with money, and so many of them started with this book. So what are you waiting for? It's time for your Total Money Makeover. Get it today in the online store at RamseySolutions.com. Or call us at 888-22-PEACE. That's RamseySolutions.com or 888-227-3223.
Welcome back to the Ramsey Show, where we help you win in your life with your money, your work, and your relationships. I'm Ken. He is George over there. Say hi to America, George.
Hi.
And we're here for you. 888-825-5225.
Felt like your child.
That's not how I expected that to play out.
It felt like you were egging
like
it on.
10-year-old.
Yeah, you were egging that vibe on, so I went with it. It's called improv.
Well, George, I knew you when you were single.
That's true.
So tomorrow, this would have been a day that would be an exciting day for you, but thankfully, you somehow coerced Whitney.
What day is this?
It's called Singles Day. Are you aware of this?
Never heard of it.
There's a day for everything, and in my hands here, I've got an announcement for 11/11, known as Singles Day, the largest shopping day in the world, and people are always looking for an excuse to spend money. That's your area.
So we just made a holiday to make it happen.
So we jumped in on it. Why not?
Get in on the fun.
It's happening, so Dave said get there. So what we're doing is a one-day sale only on Saturday. You can get our best-selling books like Total Money Makeover, Baby Steps Millionaire, From Paycheck to Purpose, Own Your Past, Change Your Future for just $11.
Whoa. Okay, this is pretty meta, because we have the $12 sale, but just for one day only, you get $1 off.
$11, yeah.
And it's not just if you're single. Now, it's aimed at the singles, but truth be told,
I'm not quite sure why.
We can't police that on the website.
We can't. So there you go. And you can also get my Get Clear assessment, the digital.
For $11?
For $11. That's normally $30. I don't know how my kids are going to eat next month.
Highway robbery.
I'm going to talk to Dave about this. I'm not happy at all. That's too steep of a discount. But you, the people, win as usual. So it's an $11 sale all over the website, RamseySolutions.com/store, RamseySolutions.com/store. I have no idea what Singles Day had to do with that unbelievable offer.
Just one more reason to celebrate, Ken.
But my job is to read.
It's time for the Ramsey dating app.
The notes.
The Ramsey dating app. That's the next one, Ken.
There it is.
We'll never make.
From Singles Day to the city of brotherly love. Chris is joining us now in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Chris, you're on the Ramsey Show. How can we help?
Ken, George, thanks for taking my call. How are you today?
We're good. Sorry, I got a little chuckle going on here. What can we do for you?
Sure. So I'm giving you a call here because, unfortunately, it appears that I'll be losing my job here in the very near future.
Oh, no. What's going on?
I'm sorry.
What's happening?
My company is experiencing some financial difficulties. They had a low interest rate for a very long time, and like most individuals, they work off of debt as a company. So,
are you in the financial sector?
I am in the pharmaceutical sector, small pharmaceutical company.
Oh, wow.
So their debts, they can't keep up with. They've offboarded about 20% of the company, and I think I'm coming due.
Is this like in a week, or is this a month? Do you have any idea of the timeline?
It could be anywhere from a week to the next month. That's correct.
Okay.
And you are certain that you have already been selected to be laid off?
I'm 90% confident that it'll occur.
Okay.
What do you make?
Currently, I make $135,000 with a 10% targeted bonus, so about $150,000 a year. But I am married and have a 1-year-old daughter as well. My wife is fortunately a teacher making $70,000 a year, and she has tenure. So at minimum, we have that going for us.
Is that enough to cover the bills if it was just her income?
I'll have a super majority of those bills. I'll tell you, George, we live with our purse strings very tight. Our basic needs, we run at about 40% of our budget. Our savings and debt reduction, we've been going crazy at 46%, and we live with a menial 15% of our nice-to-haves through our budgeting.
Okay. So how much debt do you have?
We have $110,000 left, and it is our mortgage, and that is it.
Oh, okay. So no consumer debt, and the mortgage is reasonable as a part of your take-home pay?
It is $1,800 a month, and we, as a total, from a net perspective, bring home approximately, $12,000.
Yeah. Wonderful. Okay, so you are in a solid financial position, which gives me great joy during this time of stress that you're going to be okay financially, and so now it's up to you to find that next job, which Ken is he's the man for that.
Yeah, so what do you do in pharmaceuticals?
Sure. I'm a transparency specialist. The pharmaceutical industry has a very niche requirement through the government. It's a compliance role, but essentially we look at financial transactions and disclose payments to doctors. It's a very niche area, but I've also worked in finance for 6 years. So I'm covered across the financial and pharmaceutical industry.
Yeah.
I've been putting my resume out for about a month here, and I have not received the requests to interview as I would like to.
All right,
so I'm rehashing my resume here.
Well, that's fine, and I love that. And we've got a free resume guide, which I'll make sure that we get to you at the end of our call. It's a free resource. We've also got some great templates that'll help you stand out. But you are Exhibit A on this idea of I'm just going to throw a bunch of resumes out there. It is very, very hard to get noticed in today's world because of two factors. Number one, almost every company is using some form of artificial intelligence to filter through resumes. And so you're kind of playing the resume lottery, or the slot machine. If one word's not right, and you know what I'm talking about. The second thing that's going on is a lot of high demand. People are looking for the higher paid positions, and so you need the edge, and the edge is the personal connection. So what you need to be doing right now, this is old school, but I mean, this is a piece of paper, a notebook. You can create a spreadsheet if you feel more comfortable doing it on a computer. But you've got to start looking at the jobs you've already applied for. You already sent resumes out. They may have moved on, maybe they haven't. But with those as examples, you want to start asking yourself, you make a list of these companies and you say, do I know somebody that works in that building? Or works in a building connected to that building, right? The idea is, do I know anybody that works for that organization? Question one. Question two is, do I know somebody that knows somebody over there? And what we're attempting to do here is we've got to get through the hiring filter, the AI and all of that stuff. We've got to get somebody who takes your resume, Chris, to the hiring manager, says, here's how I know Chris. I've known Chris since high school. We played blank together or whatever, right? Or I've got a really good friend who knows this guy, Chris, and the guy's really qualified. And he's applied online, hadn't gotten anything yet. I think you ought to look at him. It is that kind of exercise, and then you got to be talking to everybody that you run into. I mean, you run into a parent at a basketball practice. You're talking to them, getting to know them. They're going to say, what do? You tell them what's going on. I'm looking for something like this. You have got to make getting an opportunity for an interview a full-time focus. That has to be the game. And it's pretty simple, but that's what you've got to be doing right now. And in the meantime, I would also be plotting out what happens if I don't get a job interview, George, before I get laid off. So I'm looking at side hustles, things that would be the gig economy. Is there any freelance work available for a guy like you with a lot of finance background? Is there any freelance work in your specific niche work? Probably not. But that's what I'm looking at. I'm looking at what I have from a skill standpoint and an experience standpoint that allow me to make some freelance money so that if I get laid off and I haven't landed a gig yet, between my wife's income, how frugal you guys are, even if it's 30 or 40% of what you were making, it just takes all the stress away because you guys have been so disciplined. Now, I know I hit you with a lot, but a real quick question. We've only got about a minute, about 45 seconds. Do you want to stay in the role that you're in? If we were to find that for you today, would you stay in that, or do you want to move on, take this opportunity to move on?
I'd honestly love to go back into finance, but
Good.
Honestly, the call and question that I wanted to jump into, I'm going back to my contacts in finance to get a role. Strategically, I know that's what I'm going to be able to do.
Good.
Tactically, I'm looking at this and I'm just asking, obviously we need to slow down on our debt payment here.
Yes.
Moving down to just the core items.
That's correct.
Make sure that we're covering.
You're in storm mode, which means we're pausing the baby steps. Let's stack up a whole bunch of cash until we get stability. Then we can move forward. You'll pay off that house in no time.
That's right. It's the only debt you've got left. You're in great shape and you're very disciplined. This is a blip for you. It's a bump in the road. You're going to be fine. Thanks for the call, Chris. This is The Ramsey Show.
Listen, folks, this show has always been about you and for you. So we want to hear from you. Right now, the Ramsey Show annual survey is live. Text survey to 33789 or go to RamseySolutions.com/survey. When you fill out the survey, you'll be entered to win a $500 gift card. That's survey. Text it to 33789. Thanks for helping us understand how to serve you best. When your business gets to a certain size, the cracks can start to show. If this is you, learn these numbers. 36,000 businesses have upgraded to NetSuite by Oracle, the top cloud financial system. For 25 years, NetSuite has been helping businesses do more with less and drive costs down. And one, because your business is one of a kind. And right now, download NetSuite's KPI checklist absolutely free at netsuite.com/Ramsey.
The 2024 KONP Home Show is back. We are now accepting vendor applications for the largest two-day marketing event on the peninsula. Put your business in the middle of thousands of potential clients. Booths start at just $450. The KONP Home Show will be Saturday and Sunday, March 9th and 10th, 2024. Sign up now for best locations and to lock in the lower rates. Call 360-457-1450 and get your space for the 39th annual KONP Home Show.
Hi, this is Kyle Lemaire with the Juan Nafuca Foundation for the Arts. Are you ready to experience the heart and soul of Americana music like never before? Enter the Black Feathers.
A miracle before. Been looking at the inside of this open door, but I've seen
The Black Feathers, a husband and wife team of passionate musicians dedicated to the roots of American music. With their soulful vocals, masterful instruments, and a blend of folk, blues, and country, the Black Feathers will transport you into the heart of authentic Americana. Join the Juan Nafuca Foundation for the Arts this Friday, November 10th at the Mood Room in downtown Port Angeles for an unforgettable performance. Get your tickets now at jffa.org. That's jffa.org. Be a part of the incredible musical journey that is the Blackfeathers.
Hey there, Peninsula peeps. Are you tired of shouting at your radio, hoping your message reaches us?
Can you hear me now?
Well, we've got some exciting news. Introducing the McCrory Carpet One Studio Text Mainline, where you can text directly into our studio. That's right. You can now send your thoughts, anecdotes, and hilarious jokes straight to us with just a few clicks of the phone. And guess what? The number to text is the same trusty one you've been calling for years. Yep, it's 360-457-1450. Imagine the possibilities. Want to share a dad joke that's so bad it's good? Text us. Got a news tip we have to know about? Text us. Did your cat do something absolutely adorable? Duh. Text us, and we might just share it on air. Join the fun and be part of the McCrory Carpet One Studio Text Mainline Revolution. We can't wait to hear from you. The McCrory Carpet One Studio Text Mainline. Get texting now. Message and data rates may apply. Standard texting fees from your carrier may also apply. And guys, let's keep it clean, okay?
For Native American children, holiday wishes can look a lot different.
My holiday wish is to have a brighter future.
But for the students at St. Joseph's Indian School, the holidays aren't just about wishes, they're about hope. And at St. Joseph's, an impressive 96% of students graduate high school, putting their dreams within reach.
Merry Christmas from all of us at St. Joseph's Indian School.
Learn how holiday wishes come true at stjo.org today.
Twinkle, twinkle, little star. Looks like I need gas put in my car. I also need food for Fido and Fluffy, as well as a gift for my coworker Buffy. Oh shoot, I forgot my mom's birthday this week. I need to get her a card and a sweet little treat. For all of these things, I can make one great stop, because I know it's all available at the Clallam Co-op. Shopping at the Co-op will bring lots of cheers, just like it has for over 87 years. Shop the Co-op Farm and Garden in Sequim.
After Wall Street closed with solid gains for the day and for the second week in a row, news broke that Moody's Investors Service lowered its ratings outlook for the U.S. government to negative from stable. The ratings agency citing low expectations to deal with the budget deficit. Ahead of a meeting between the presidents of the U.S. and China next week at a big Asia-Pacific conference, Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen talking about her meetings with the Chinese Vice Premier in San Francisco today.
Our mutual desire, both China and the United States, is to create a level playing field.
Big Ten announcing that the University of Michigan has been found in violation of the conference's policies for conducting a prohibited in-person football scouting operation. On Michigan's coach, ESPN senior college football writer Pete Thamel.
There still could be more huge news because it's unknown whether Jim Harbaugh will be on that sideline in State College, and that's going to ultimately be determined by a judge.
Pete Thamel at ESPN. Chuck Sievertson, ABC News.
Here's your News Radio KONP forecast. Cloudy skies expected this afternoon with scattered rain showers likely. High temperatures reach up to 51. Winds out of the east 5 to 10 miles per hour. Scattered rain showers likely tonight. Lows dip down to about 43. Overcast skies. Overcast tomorrow. Scattered rain showers likely. High temperatures reach up to 53. I'm weatherology meteorologist Paul Trombley. Currently, it's 51 degrees.
Helping you win with your money, win in your work, and win in your relationships. This is The Ramsey Show. So excited to be with you today. I'm Ken Coleman. George Camel is with me this hour. And we have a fantastic a live studio audience in the lobby
We really
today.
do. A rowdy bunch. We have to contain them.
Yeah, no, they're not very rowdy. I love when you said a rowdy bunch, and there's one guy out there that was like arms crossed, and he just went slowly, I'm rowdy.
They're a little miffed.
I'm rowdy. They're a little miffed now because we called attention to them.
They're on the edge.
They're lovely people. And there's a lady waving at us. Nice to see you, ma'am. Good to see you.
Good reminder that you can come visit us.
You can come visit us.
See the show live.
We have free coffee, free baked goods. And
the show's free.
Show's free. And we come out and take pictures with you whether you want us to or not. That's always not awkward. So, you know, that whole thing is great. So to the phones we go, 888-825-5225, 888-825-5225. Emma joins us in Los Angeles, California. Emma, how can we help?
Hi, George. Hi, Ken.
I'm calling because I know you'll help knock some sense into me. I'm in baby step 3B, and I am hoping to start saving. I mean, I'm saving for a home, but here in California, like, I'll have to save $100,000 to, like, just get in a down payment so that my monthly payment will be ridiculously high. And it'll take me like 2 to 3 years to save for that. But I've started to look into this house buying process, and I qualify for like a loan of $500,000, but it's just going to be a high monthly payment. And I do have house fever, and I want to start planning for my retirement. So if I jump the gun and pull the plug next year, even though I don't have the $100K yet, I'm just starting to save. I just feel like I'm starting my retirement planning kind of late, and
how old are you?
Going. I'm 39.
Oh my goodness, you're ancient.
Easy, George.
I know.
3 years from now, you're going to be 42?
You can't tell women that. What's wrong with you?
You're going to have to find a house with no stairs. I'm not sure you're going to be able to walk up those things.
They have those things now. They have those little
kidding.
chairs that go slowly up the stairs. We could get her one of those.
I do need a one floor because I do have arthritis, and so I cannot imagine myself going up the stairs.
Nailed it.
Oh, geez.
That's going to limit the housing options already.
Okay.
Emma, let's walk through this. So there's this home buying program. Is that what you're saying, that will allow you to put less down and qualify for more loan?
Yeah, like a FHA loan.
Ugh, gross. Okay, so
let's talk about house fever first.
Yeah, the house fever, I don't know that I can squelch. You're frustrated by high rent prices. You want to be putting your money towards something, building equity, instead of, I'm quoting this, throwing away money on rent. Did I nail it?
Yes, of course.
Okay. Okay. So that's very understandable. I have a lot of empathy for many people out there who want to be homeowners. They've been working for a long time, and they're going, this should just be possible for me.
Real quick
and
here.
It feels impossible.
And I want you to walk through here, but on this fever issue, I think I can address the house fever.
All right, hit me.
Because when I moved here with our family, 9 years ago, I got into Williamson County and I started driving around on the roads, and I want to make sure you hear this, Emma, and I got what is known as land fever.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
That's full on Yellowstone.
Oh, boy. I was looking at large parcels of land where with a house or where we would build, and I just got in love with it. And I'm not kidding you. There were 2 or 3 nights a week on my way home, I would go check out things, and my wife would be like, hey, dinner's almost ready. Where are you? And I would and I'd FaceTime her. I'm like, look at this, and I'm not kidding. I really got into it. So in all seriousness, I know what it's like. And so what you have to do is what I had to do. I was not in a place financially to be able to buy that, but it's like I was wishing and wishing, and I got so sucked into the wishing and the looking, and it's kind of like the old days where you looked at a catalog, and it's just, at some point you got to burn the catalog, throw the catalog away. And I'm telling you, George's going to walk you through this, but I think it's really smart that you put some ice on this fever. And I think you got to stop thinking about buying a house, stop looking at houses, and be really laser focused, because we know from all kinds of scientific and psychological data about the power of focus. I'll give you an example. You remember the last time you bought a car, Emma? Do you remember that?
Yes.
What was the car?
A Toyota RAV4.
And what color was that Toyota RAV4?
Silver.
Silver. Do you remember seeing a silver RAV4s all over the road for the first 3, 4, 5 days? You remember that?
Yeah, now I see them everywhere.
You see them everywhere. Did the did the car fairy just drop in Toyota RAV4s all of a sudden on the road? The answer is no. Here's the exercise. Yeah. What we focus on is what we see everywhere. And the power of focus is unbelievable. And I'm going to give you right back to George on this, because the process he's going to walk you through, and this idea that, I'm wasting money on rent, and I keep looking at houses, and I'm not ready to buy a house. But I know I'm not ready to buy a house, but I'm going to find this little program that'll make me ready to buy a house, when in all reality, you're not ready to buy a house. And I wasn't ready for the land back then. I'm still not ready for the land I want. The good news is I don't have land fever anymore, because guess what I'm not looking at all the time, George?
Houses.
Land.
Land parcels.
I'm not looking at dirt. You know? And so that's really important.
Yeah. Well, Emma, the problem with these programs, and what you're talking about for the listeners, benefit is the Federal Housing Administration, FHA, loans, and they're designed for people who don't qualify for conventional mortgages. Do you know why they don't qualify?
I'm assuming because they don't have enough money.
Because private lenders are saying this is way too much risk. Even for a lender to take on, they're going, no thanks. So the government swoops in to be the savior, allowing broke people to get into homes for a little of 3.5% down, which sounds great. But then think about this. That means you're financing 96.5% of that on top of something they charge you called mortgage insurance premium, MIP, 1.75%. Right there, plus an annual premium between 0.15% and 0.75% for the life of the loan. So you're paying an extra stupid tax on top of borrowing way more while you already didn't have the money to afford the mortgage payment. And then here's what happens, Emma. There's going to be a call during this show where someone calls in and says, "Hi, I'm calling from California. We bought too much house before we could really afford it on one of these home buyer programs. We can't afford it because it's now 70% of our take-home pay is going toward this mortgage because we thought this home was going to be a blessing. Turns out it's a burden because now the HVAC's broken and we have no money to fix it." Do you see where I'm going with this?
Yes. Yeah.
So I don't want that to become you because I care about your future too much. And if that means Emma has to rent for 2 more years than she wanted to, I'm okay with that.
Yep.
Renting is buying patience. I'm sick of people telling you that renting is a sin and you're wasting money. And one more thing, you live in California, and you're not held hostage there. You know, I'm not saying you have to go leave California. If you love it there and you have a good job there, that's great. But we have to remind ourselves we're not stuck with where we are. I moved from Boston to Mobile to Nashville, and depending on where you live, home ownership may not be in the cards for the next 5 years or 10 years. If you live in Manhattan, I don't know that you're going to be a homeowner in this lifetime in Manhattan because it's insane. And so we've got to start looking at other options, resetting expectations. Maybe you're going to get a condo 30 minutes away instead of the single-family home in the town that you're in. And that's going to involve some sacrifice. That may mean we have a longer commute to work. And so we have to weigh all of these options, move with patience, and also look at what you can do to speed up the process. Look at getting your income up. Is that a possibility? What do you make?
I make about $100,000.
Nice. Wonderful income. And do you have any debt? You're in baby step 3B,
No.
so we're debt-free.
No.
What
do you
do for a living?
I do a little bit of, I do like sales and I do product group managing.
You know, I'm telling you, you need to be looking at some gigs. The gig economy, which is nothing more than freelancing. George is right, and of course, I'm always going to agree with him on, hey, well, how can we make extra money to speed this timeline up? I'd put that anchor